Saturday night football in Adelaide at Football Park. Good conditions, a coolish night, not much breeze, unlikely to have any rain. What a match it is for Adelaide and the Kangaroos as we welcome you here. Two teams who kick-started their season last week with gutsy wins. Adelaide at Optus and at Shell Stadium, the Kangaroos. And to think that these two clubs won the last four premierships of the 90s between them. In 96 and 99, the Kangaroos. The Crows beat them in that famous second half in 1998 and prior to that in 97. But it must seem a bit like a decade away because as we look at the ladder right now, they're 14th and 15th. But for the winner tonight, it's a chance to get amongst the eight. For the loser, I think it's going to be a pretty long season. It's one of those defining games, you feel, as we welcome Graham Corns. There's a lot at stake here tonight, Cornsy.
Bruce, there is, particularly for Adelaide. And both teams have to win, but it's a home game for Adelaide. And if they go to challenge for the eight, they have to win the majority of their home games, and they've already lost a couple, so critical for them.
They've both struggled in attack this year, haven't they?
Yeah. Carey's coming good. He's only played the last couple of games. His form has been good, so you sense that might come good for the Kangaroos. Adelaide's system hasn't been quite as you'd like. They come into the forward line a bit wide, and they can't put anyone permanently at full forward. I haven't been able to put anyone permanently at full forward or centre-half forward. They must remedy that.
They found a leader last week. He arrived as a captain in a big way, Mark Rasciuto, didn't he?
He's been a good leader. The week before he was a bit quiet, but he stamped his physical presence on this game. He ran through a couple of Carlton players, dumped Lance Whitnell, and then kicked some magnificent goals. None better than this one. This actually sealed the game, and you can see the body language of the whole team here. This was so important.
It was one of those days where every kick counted, and I think it did for David King, particularly early. He also played a similar role in kicking 3 goals at Shell Stadium.
Well, he's becoming more and more a goal kicker rather than a defender. I don't think they'll give them the space that King had last week, but nevertheless someone has to watch him because he's a hard-running, tough player.
It wasn't only the players that felt relief and joy last week, and it was the coaches, for Gary Ayres particularly. Oh, what a sense for him it must have been. I mean, such a graphic illustration of the feeling of the players towards him after the victory.
Well, he was surprised by it. We spoke to him during the week, and what a spontaneous show of affection. The players realise he's been under pressure. There has been criticism, and well, it was a great win, and they just want the coach to share it.
And pressure on Dennis Pagan too, and yet he's had this remarkable run of success. The players waited and waited for him before he came in, before they sang the club song after beating Geelong.
Inconceivable that Dennis Pagan would be under pressure, that people would doubt his role at North Melbourne. The players waited for him, and again, that shows that, you know, they still have a great deal of affection and respect for him. That's important.
It's an emotional roller coaster being a coach in AFL footy, as you would know a lot better than I know, Cornsy, that's for sure. But boy, a week is a long time in footy. So the changes for the Crows, there is some stability. Just the two, Crow and Hewitt, come back to continue that ex-Kangaroo flavour for the Crows tonight.
Yes, and they're after a bit more height here. North Melbourne are a tall team, particularly in their forward line. Hewitt's form in the SANFL has been very good. He'll provide an option in the forward line, and I think Crow will get the role on Rocker. We understand Robram will run with McKernan and Mark Stevens will play on the dangerous Carey.
And the Kangaroos have had a tough draw. They've been on the road basically for much of this year. Their only game in Melbourne was against the hardest gig in Australia, and that was the Bombers.
You have to worry about that game in Sydney. Do you sell your soul for money, or are the 4 points more important? Because that could prove to be a critical loss for them. Their draw's been so hard, Bruce. I mean, they've had good games here at Football Park, but that game in Sydney may end up costing them dearly.
They have had good games here, haven't lost since 1995. There have been some close ones, but it's been the Kangaroos all the way since then.
They blew out in 1999, but you'd suggest, given the history and going back even further than 95, that this is going to be a crackerjack game, fairly close, a good contest.
Interesting to see Sav Rocker and Ricky Ollerenshaw back in, two players who were at Collingwood last year and couldn't get a game when the Magpies were really struggling late in the year.
Well, Ricky Ollerenshaw didn't play at all last year, and only 5 games in 1999. He's an experienced player. Rocker gives them a target. He's a fast-leading player. He's big. He doesn't take a big high mark, so probably Crow will play on him. And as I said, Mark Stevens on the dangerous Carey. It's the ground-level players like Grant, King, Harvey and Stevens that will do the real damage for North Melbourne as well.
Well, it's a game that's gathered momentum by both teams winning last week. There's no doubt about that. A big crowd behind us. There's Kings everywhere tonight. Carey, King, David King and Curley on the boundary line. And Hutto will join us as well. Back with the opening bounce right after this. Welcome back to Footy Park. Gee, there's a good crowd here as we welcome Hutto Anthony Hudson, who had a great match on Anzac Day at the MCG. Hutto, let's hope this one's nearly as good.
Well, half as good, and it'd be pretty interesting, Bruce. I saw both these sides last week, and you talked about the conditions. It'll be interesting to see how they come up.
Let's go down to the boundary line. Conditions seem to be pretty good. The Kings down there, Neil Curley. A couple of ins for the Crows, Hewitt and Crow curls.
Yeah, I'm just a bit surprised about the Crow one. I thought they may have needed the extra tall down back to go with, one of the three big fellas that the Kangaroos will put down there. But there's one thing I've noticed walking across the ground, Bruce. The grass is extremely long, at least an inch in the old term, or inch and a quarter. So if the dew does set in, there'll be a lot of players slipping over. So anybody wearing rubber sprigs tonight, I think will find themselves in trouble. But this is a toss of the corn game, this one. I've been through the sides, and I just can't find any advantage for either side all over the ground. It should be a hard one. I would expect a really torrid opening, say 10 or 15 minutes. Kangaroos will try and assert their authority. It is up to the Crows to match them in that department and try and beat them in the skill area.
Thanks, Curls. A couple of milestones. 150th for Jason McCartney. Played a 30-odd games here and also at Collingwood before that. Well done. And Dennis Pagan coaches the Kangaroos for the 200th time tonight. Gee, there's a good atmosphere here. There's no doubt about that. I think the biggest crowd of the year. Certainly a match for the showdown.
And Mark Stevens has gone directly to Wayne Carey, Bruce.
McGregor on rocker.
Yep, and Goodwin's going to get Harvey, I think. So the Crows to the left here, the big Spider Burton in the centre square with Bigland, so Clark on the interchange. Start of Saturday night footy. Absolutely must-win game, you'd think. Crows with a very open forward line. They're all up to half forward, playing a bit of a Pagan's paddock. So Bigland's to run hard and gets over Burton. Grant the first touch to Simpson. Simpson's kicked a half forward, taken by McCartney, who's up forward, goes to the pocket. Oh, this is a good start. Rocker on the end of a lead takes a very cosy mark in front of Ben Hart.
Well, unfortunately, he was miles in front of his immediate opponent. Kenny McGregor giving Sav Rocker just too much start there. If you can't take front spots, you've got to at least be right alongside the left-hand shoulder.
Some interesting matchups early and positions on the field. A number of players playing out of position. Now, can Sav Rocker get his night going? That's a dreadful kick as he's hooked it to the pocket. McKernan with one hand. Rodman does look like he's got the job of going with him. Goodwin's been a terrific player for the Crows over the last couple of seasons and has started well this year. Out towards the half-back flank. Laddam's there with Sinclair. And they have another little to do. Boundary throw in.
Stenglein is running with David King, Bruce, and Shannon Grant and McLeod seem to be a unit at the moment.
Fellas, quickly for interchange for the Kangaroos. Harris, Jones, Watt, Olorenshaw.
Spider Burton, well, didn't really make it to him. McKernan doing the ruck work. Smart got the half kick away. Now Pickett seems to be directly opposed to Smart tonight. Pickett started in the forward line, one of those ones we're talking about that was out of position. We'll see where it goes when it all settles down. And he's got a chance now to send the Kangaroos deep. Burton pushing back, provides an option up forward, and has pushed in the back.
Free kick.
So Bigland's getting the job in the ruck to start with for the Crows. You mentioned Clark starting on the bench. A very low kick onto the wing. No mark there. Johnson, terrific handball to Jarman. Able to accelerate around the wing. Space in front of him. Archer's got rid of his man, so he has to bomb long into the pocket, searching for Vardy.
And
well, it was a great long kick.
That's the absolute value of Darren Jarman coming through the centre.
Robin, the kick was dangerous. Martin getting back, and he has support. Archer, free kick for the push.
Peter Vardy should have had the confidence to go from goal inside that 50 arc.
And that's a terrific spoil from McLeod, so the ball over the line and out of bounds. So both sides have had opportunities, but no score yet.
Looks like Byron Pickett's trying to get onto Darren Jarman. John Blakey was running with him, but it's going to be interesting to see what North Melbourne do.
So Biglands and Burton. McLeod hasn't produced a gem so far this season. He's been handy. Gee, this fella's been more than handy. From the pocket, just missing Vardy. It was interesting, Cornsey, because Rodman screamed for the ball when Vardy had the ball in the pocket, and it probably wasn't a smart option.
I think you trust your goal kickers inside 50. You trust your goal kickers. They're professional these days. If the angle's tight, they've practiced putting them through.
We just saw Ricky Olorenshaw. He must be desperate to get out there. Jarman front spot, Burton at the back. Kane Johnson, I thought, was one of their big winners last week, to Rodman. Little give, was a bit hot. The ball comes back to McLeod. Sidestep. Well, this might be a gem as he lines it up and drills it home.
Great start for the Crows, and McLeod kicking the opening goal. They've done all the scoring so far. Spider Burton in ruck against Biglands. Burton, somewhat surprisingly, the #1 ruckman in the league so far this year in terms of hit-outs. Well, that was a line ball. McLeod, Stevens wrapping him up.
It's Stuart Cochrane who looks like he's trying to man up with Darren Jarman at the moment, the young fella from, well, I played with his father, Bruce, in Central Whyalla.
Fellas, interchange for the Crows. Crowell, Clark, Binky, O'Loughlin.
So I'm not sure what that means about Cochrane's age, Cordy. We'll work it out later.
No, he means his dad's about my age. That's what it means.
Simpson getting the ball forward for the Kangaroos. It's pretty open there. Carey waited back that time. McLeod straight off the ground. McCartney, McGregor, Stevens. The Kangaroos gets a shove, according to the umpire.
Mark Bickley's commitment is great. You've got to put the tackle beyond doubt. Stevens as he goes for it, and the left arm of Mark Bickley just starting on the shoulder.
Goes for Carey. He doubled back and then he made his lead, and it was a good strong lead as it's turned out, and he'll have a chance to have a shot similar direction from where we saw Sab Rocker miss early on.
Yeah, we don't see Carey's action initially. He's feinted backwards, then turned and run to the ball, and Stevens has played so much football with him. Knows exactly where to put it for him.
He's kicked 5 goals, 1 this year, Carey, since he's returned from injury. And he's kicked that pretty well, does the job, covers the distance, and the Kangaroos answer.
Well, 2 champions with the opening goal, certainly the undisputed one, Carey, and McLeod is verging on it at 7 points to 6. The Crows just a point to the good. Shannon Grant for the 2nd time tonight. Stevens has to go really wide. Now Pickett is playing across half forward on Smart. Probably a dual role there. Smart's a bit loose, and so can Pickett be. Smart handball went straight to Jess Sinclair. Now Carey in the box seat. He's going to be a problem for anybody, and he's got Stevens just at the moment where he wants him. And then he loads it up, Carey, and bangs it to full forward. Rocco, good mark.
Good mark.
So the matchup's a problem, aren't they? Hart, Rocker, and Stevens, Carey, early days.
Well, the problem there for Ben Harp was Sav Rocker's size. You just watch, he just props, just gets rid of Ben. He just holds his ground, really bounces off him and takes the mark falling back.
Graham, what we've seen over the few years, Ben Hart is not suited to fullback.
So he needs to kick this. Rocker missed the first one and misses again. So he's had 2 shots, and you reckon he'd get 9 out of 10, both of them, wouldn't you? And he's missed both.
Girls, I'm not sure he's playing on Rocker, though. I think Ken McGregor is.
No, I don't think so. We'll wait and see.
We'll just wait till it settles down.
Jarman kicking in to the outer side. Smart. And that's a good mark by McKernan.
It's a very good mark.
Got plenty of Kangaroos across centre half forward. You can see them lining up. Carey can unload from 55. It's offline. Rocker pushing back. Tough there, but he's got it. But he pushed out. No, he didn't. The mark's been paid.
He held his ground well, actually. The player's running back. Ben Hart again caught under the ball, running back to put his body against Rocker, but Rocker just pushes him out, or holds him out, should I say.
He's taken more marks already.
Well, he ran around the left last time. He tries the same, and that was a tougher ask. King, is it a mark or is he over the line? It's over the line, and a throw in. King questioning Hayden Kennedy.
No, I think you'll find Hart's got Rocker.
Has at the moment. Where's McGregor? Started on him.
So they're still attacking the Kangaroos. Burton over Biglands. Good tap. Good clean tap. Harvey can be a goal kicker. Across the face, Rocker again. It's almost like we were rewind and watching the same thing, but that time he can't take the mark. And so the Kangaroos take the lead by 1 behind.
Hard to bring it in. I think that missed mark chance for the Crows. Hart left it for Jarman, and Jarman actually tripped over Hart's legs, and Rocker fell into his arms. But certainly Hart does have Rocker. We've gone back here. Rodram to Jarman. And then Jarman's kick is a beauty. perfect to Hart at half-back. Cochrane is on Jarman. Then Hart inboard, so it's a steady build up here to Goodwin. And then Goodwin's careful kick, just too far for Stenglein and out of play. Just a reminder about our website. I know that footy fans around the country are enjoying it. i7sport.com.au there for all the information. There's lots of articles and terrific stats and stories. So centre wing here. Kangaroos had a good few minutes, but they haven't really hurt the Crows on the board. Goodwin, well done. Then the little gift to Kane Johnson was effective. Torpedo punt. Archer getting back. Rashudo with him. Tyson Edwards had to get a handball out. Got a high tackle, I thought. Up the front. Caught up. Ball up. No. Allowed to go on now. He needed a quick handball out, Edwards, and his reflexes weren't quick enough, and he got himself into a bit of a stew. There's some of the matchups. Rashudo, Archer, McLeod, Grant, Jarman and Cochrane.
Unfortunately, that keeps Rashudo out of the centre at the moment.
Mickey Martin doing the ruck work. Crowell got it down for the Crows. Chance. Stenglein allowed to align himself with the front of the goals and makes no mistake. He does make a mistake. He's missed. Well, he seemed pretty excited about that point.
He started on David King. David King has run forward repeatedly, and Stenglein trying to make him pay.
So the Kangaroos on the rebound, get it out to the wing. McCartney, Sinclair, gets around Laddams. Stevens, space in front of him. Goes for Carey again. Jarman might have to go here, he did. Smart, couldn't get it away cleanly. Harvey held it up, Pickett. Harvey again. Had Cochrane just forward of the play. There he is. Now Pickett from 55. Unloading again. Carey should take it. Well, he almost took it. It's still in. No, it's out of bounds.
Yeah.
Oh, Graham, by the way, I found out
he's on the
Stuart Cochrane's dad's age. He's 67.
You must have been coaching curls in those days. It was a close call, wasn't it? But Carey disappointed. So McGregor's got McCartney, and Hart's got Rocker. McKernan beats Robran. McLeod wants the boundary line. Clever enough kick. Sinclair just rolls away for a boundary throw-in.
It's just meant that McCartney's playing forward for the Kangaroos, which is
trying to stretch them, I suppose, is it?
A role that he doesn't normally play. We're more used to seeing him in defence. At the moment, just hanging around the centre.
Well, I think McGregor's got him.
Yeah, he has.
Well, it's his 150th corns. He tripped down memory lane for McCartney a bit tonight, because he played a fair bit of footy there at the start, didn't he?
Yep.
McLeod breaks the Pickett tackle, and then Pickett terrifically onto him. McLeod's wild handball. Burton takes Goodwin on, but Goodwin was great. Laddams gets it to Bickley. Bickley's done a pretty good job to keep it in. Martin and Hewitt. That's an interesting one that Dennis Pagan would put Martin on, the youngster that used to play for them, and Mickey's going to get a free kick.
Yeah, the kick not coming in quite to the side of the contest that Evan Hewitt would like. He was caught behind Mick Martin and just infringed.
Look at those Crows fans. They can nearly touch Mickey out there. I'm sure a few of them would love to. A good mark in the front by Colbert, who had a terrific early part of the match against his old team last week. Sits it up high, front spot, Kangaroos, Rocker, Johnson, Rocker, Smart and Rocker in a bit of a wrestle. It'll be a ball up, about 40 metres out. Kangaroos doing most of the attacking in this opening term.
Eight times into their forward 50, Bruce, compared to the Crows 4.
Gee, Carey dropped away free then too.
It was a good spoil, wasn't it, by Ben Hart? They needed it. 40 out from goal. Scores level, McKernan trying to find a path. Shannon Grant, King, we've seen he's kicked lots of goals this year, and this time he had the presence just to wait and see what options were available. And Anthony Stevens takes the mark. Hasn't scored this year for the Kangaroos so far.
Had too much space there. I mean, he's a dangerous midfield player. You can't allow him to be 40 or 50 metres in the clear. Look at the space he has here. No Crows player anywhere near him.
So Anthony Stevens starts it right at the goalpost. Is swinging back, but not enough. And a behind, and that gives them the lead again by the smallest possible margin.
Yes, a little bit of local knowledge would have been handy for him, because even though he's a left footer, the balls generally go right to left.
They look more dangerous than the Crows, though, Graham, at this stage.
They do, but no damage on the scoreboard.
Jarman is the setter-upper, isn't he? And his second match at half-back. Played a terrific Ansett Cup game there against the Bulldogs earlier this year. Goodwin's kick to centre wing. Hewitt front spot. Kane Johnson just so important to this team. Good left foot inside to Edwards. Cross the face. Rashudo to pave the way, Rodman to kick the goal. Steady, he does.
What a great finish from Matthew Rodman against the trend of players. We've said the Kangaroos have dominated the last few minutes without making them hurt, but the Crows, another chance. Edwards taken to ground. Harvey. Big Spider getting on hands and knees there. Johnson trying to get it through the pack. McLeod, Harvey. It's over Sinclair's head. McGregor adding some bulk. Smart, well wrapped up by Pickett.
Gee, look at the tackle of Byron Pickett. The desperation of that player. He just gets to the player with the ball, drags him down. We saw early in the quarter a couple of second efforts for him.
Graham, for the benefit of those Kangaroo people back in Melbourne, that's twice now Matthew Rodman's gone down, and McKernan's been well behind him.
McCartney waiting at the back from the Biglands tap. Jarman's got to go here against Cochrane, made the spoil. Johnson up to centre half forward. McLeod with the flight. It goes further. Vardy, good position. Interesting matchup against Makepeace. McLeod's away. He's got pushing back into the square. Hewitt handles it well. Tries to get into the right boot. Now he can stroll in and kick that bird.
Tell you what, Nicky's going to be cross.
It was great running. It was great running from Andrew McLeod and Evan Hewitt as soon as he saw McLeod take possession. Peter Vardy does very well here. Just makes the contest. The quick hands. Andrew McLeod, he's looking to Hewitt, who's run into space. Mickey gets to him. Doesn't quite control him. Nearly, but not quite.
Tell you what, Graham, he was ropeable with himself, Mickey, afterwards. It's one he wouldn't have enjoyed one little bit.
Well, he just allowed him to slip out the back. Hewitt's anticipated McLeod taking control of it. And when he did, and when he got metres in front of Martin, there was not much Mick could do about it.
They've counter-punched well here, the Crows, haven't they? With 2 goals against the flow. So centre square again. And suddenly the next goal becomes really important to the Kangaroos. They trail 20-9.
Gee, McLeod's hot, fellas, tonight. He's very hot.
And Kane Johnson, Curls, winning a lot of hard balls in the centre.
McLeod 6 possessions already, Curls.
But the Kangaroos have had plenty of chances. Rocker's had 3 shots for goal and hasn't scored one. Burton, that height advantage, a tremendous advantage for him. Jarman getting it from Stengline and then thumping long to half forward. Hewitt and Martin. Archer read it really well. Lovely kick. Blakey to run. Johnson hard at him. Well done. Boundary throwing.
Well, it was one of those contests you wondered who was going to take the short step, but neither did. Just watch it. Kane Johnson comes at him.
Johnson came off worst.
Stopped the run, though, Curls.
He's a wiry man, is Blakey. He's as hard now at 34 as he would have been, I reckon, as a 25-year-old in terms of footy strength.
That took some steam out of Johnson. He's still recovering.
Well, he's probably still not match-hard and fit. I don't know if he's been match-hard and fit since the grand final of '98. Ball up centre wing.
He's looking for Simpson. You can see him in the background to the top left of the screen. He's picked up Adam Simpson, so he's making life difficult for him.
All the players on this side of the ground, so if either team can switch it across, there'll be space. Jarman, now he'll try and do that if he can get to his feet quick enough. Already having an impact. Coming up for his 5th possession. That's his 3rd mark. Has to go along to a contest. Burton pushing back, go the extra height. Biglands competing pretty well. Ground level ball's an Adelaide one. Laddams takes it from Edwards. Along to the square again. Hewitt versus Martin. Oh, and well done, Nicky Martin, but he ran into Welsh. Varney against Archer. Close to the line. Good tackling. Was it high tackling by Makepeace? Umpire let it all go.
Good umpiring. Nicky Martin standing tall in that pack there. There was a lot of pressure. But the Adelaide forward line players fighting to hold it in the forward line. That's what all coaches want to see.
This time both major ruckmen go deep. Burton it is getting the tap towards the line. McLeod, Archer.
Desperation.
Shannon Grant off his wrong boot. And Rashudo just gives him a shove because he could.
He's just that sort of fella, isn't he?
There it is, bang. Ooh, in the back, really.
Bit lucky, the captain. Biglands front stop. Oh, McLeod, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Can't cap it off with a goal. Puts it up high. Vardy to set himself. Mickey Martin belts away. Rashudo's got Hart outside him. Uses him. Hart stops, drops, hooks back. Not bad. Just misses. Crows enjoying a really good patch here.
And that's what they're trying to do with Ben Hart's matchup on Sav Rocker. get him to constantly run forward and maybe stretch Seb a little bit.
Fellas, Cochran off, Jones on.
And Jones has gone deep into the pocket trying to drag Darren Jarman back too, Curls.
So Makepeace, danger kick, good mark from the side by McGregor, who is growing in stature, this young man. Been given some tough jobs. He put his hand up for Carey, didn't get it tonight. Who knows, he might get it by the end of the night. Hewitt, big fly, Varney's good at these. He's really good at those. He never misses.
That's magnificent.
Well, Clark coming on, Bigland's coming off, but I think Hewitt coming off with the blood rule and Crow coming on.
Yes, the Clark-Bigland's swap would have been pre-arranged.
Yep.
And Evan Hewitt has some blood. He needs to get back on quickly because he's been really important for Adelaide, not so much in the touches he's had, just the direction he's provided.
Poor bounce, but the Crows get the advantage in the end. A long one from Goodwin is deep. Vardy just couldn't get to it on the full. Here's Rashuda, crunch. Glenn Archer sandwich, take that. But they kept on going, they kept persisting. He's got it now, Vardy. High one to the square, Crow's underneath it. Almost took it, couldn't quite. Martin, straight to Laddams. Vardy it was, waiting that Goodwin off the left into the square. Welsh at the back, but they're all looking except McCartney. They're all spectators, and he can take it and run with it and send it out wide, very wide. Sinclair with the run and the space. Laddams just blocking him against the boundary line. He was patient, Sinclair. Got away again, but he kicked it into space. No one there for the Kangaroos is probably happy in the end with that result. It's out of bounds.
Graham, please tell me.
Just watch this clash here. Glenn Archer, two of the toughest men playing AFL footy. Crunch, and both have got straight up. Where's the ball? That's the way tough footy has to be played.
Clark and Burton, just hang on to that question, Curls. We'll get back to you. Bickley gets it from Smart. Kicks to about 50. Archer, Rashudo again. Rashudo, good mark.
It's a great mark.
And he's within range.
Well, he felt the body.
Goes short to the pocket. Not a good option. Rodman again, leading to a funny old spot.
No. Look, there's a slight breeze going to that end. Mark Rashudo's kicking from 50. Have the confidence to kick the goal.
Didn't short pass at Optus last week, did he?
No.
Not good news for Vardy, boys. He's got a slight knee problem.
Well, that's a blow because...
I think he'll be coming off.
OK, well, that's interesting. That's a scoop out, I would have thought. Archer ducks his head, gets it to Simpson. Simpson bangs it on the boot. Kangaroos just under real pressure here. They need to hold up tight and hard before quarter time. High tackle, I thought, maybe on the Crows. No, he's going to be pinged.
Oh, that's disgraceful.
Well, it's that rule that I think everybody hates in this competition. It was Mark Stevens.
Somebody has to look at that rule. The player on the ground should be able to contest the ball as much as anybody.
Sinclair with it, and then goes to half forward. Rocker and McKernan, the second man in line, takes the mark, unopposed.
Yes, he had the pack in front of him. Peter Vardy coming off, Ricky O'Loughlin going on there.
Well, that is a big blow for the Crows. With all due respect to Ricky O'Loughlin.
It might just be a knock.
There'll be someone sitting in a box in a sigh of relief.
So McKernan, 52 metres out. Good-looking kick. Has it got the distance? It has. I think it might have hit the post, actually. It's come out.
Ben Hart.
Yeah, it's so behind.
No, it's not.
Go.
No, that's
Ben Hart kicked.
Ben Hart
kicked that.
No, the umpires sensibly.
He'll change it.
The umpire sensibly is.
Unless he's saying the initial one was the goal, surely it wasn't.
I thought it actually hit the post, and then
He's changing it.
Well done.
It's a point.
Now that is sensible umpiring. Umpire obviously unsided. The goal umpire unsided. Now just watch it.
So Ben Hart.
Yeah, Ben Hart gets the boot to it.
Hewitt takes the mark as the Crows work it along the members' side. Close to line, McCartney made the spoil. No, illegal. Free kick to McGregor over the shoulder. Goodwin tried to take it away with advantage. 4-3-27 Adelaide. And they're starting to make some noise already at Footy Park. Haven't had a great deal to cheer about this year until last week. Sorry, Cornsey.
Just North Melbourne flooding back, making it difficult for Adelaide to find targets.
Stevens. Martin overwhelmed. McLeod inside 50. And he kept it low. And he kept it on line.
Did win a Norm Smith medal against the Kangaroos, didn't he, a couple of years ago?
Yes,
He's on fire. We've been waiting for him to produce a match like this season. It's only the first quarter, but he has started in better form than he's been in any other game this year so far, McLeod.
They're working on Vardy's right hamstring more than his knee.
The last...
So we might have a look here, Cornsey, at the Vardy injury.
The props, I don't think the damage is done there. I think as he comes to ground.
So an important player. He's a real opportunist up forward and plays tall. And the Crows would dearly love to have him tonight and for the rest of the season. Grant to Colbert. OK, in the end, to Makepeace. Makepeace spearing, kick to centre half forward. Carey and Stevens. Robran. Good pressure at the back, though, from Jones. Smart just handed it to Stevens. Might have been lucky. Goodwin to trap it. It was probably Bickley's ball. Poor play by Bickley. The idea was OK. Simpson's kick not much better. Back to Bickley. Bickley sweeps the handball to Johnson. Stops and props a bit. And then hooks it hard and high around the body. Good kick. Gives Rashudo half a chance. Nearly. Comes to ground. Just went without it, McGregor. Then paddles it out. McLeod goes back. Rashudo. Crunched, back end front. Bickley belts it forward. Has Crows got anyone? Hewitt's had a good first quarter. He's been competitive. Martin hacks it out of the air. Contest goes on. Bickley hard at it. Some good footy here. They're all into it. Bickley and Pickett have a real go at one another. King back turns. Handball cut off. Johnson, Rashudo, the little give. Cut off again by Stengline. Sinclair with a chance. Harvey, Smart. Ball still to be won. Up and under. Can somebody take a mark? Yes, Robran at long last.
Well, that was as tough and persistent football as you'll ever see. Matthew Robran drifted forward off McKernan. They tried to put him in two minds by McKernan staying back. He was in the pocket for a long, long time while that ball was in dispute in the centre. Finally, after some of the toughest, most intense footy you'd see, the ball came to Adelaide and Robran was able to run on it and mark it easily.
I'm pleased I'm sitting here.
And that's saying something coming from you, Curls, as Robran. Has he got it? I don't know. I don't think he's got it.
Doesn't like it.
It's a miss.
Adelaide have lifted though, Bruce. We saw North Melbourne or the Kangaroos dominating the first 10 minutes, but since then, the stats inside 50, Adelaide inside 14 times compared to the Kangaroos 9. And at one stage, those stats were 8-4.
Park blood ruler, boys.
Well, it's almost quarter time. David King has the job to kick in here. Troy Makepeace was the designated kicker in early, but had a couple of problems on a couple of the kick-outs. Already they've gone to David King. Adelaide
going man-on-man too, with just a little ring around the North Melbourne huddle.
The old huddle, they're bunched in the middle. As they break, but the siren sounds to end a very enterprising first quarter for the Adelaide Crows. And they lead 5-4 to 1-4.
Well, they didn't start with as much conviction as they finished. North Melbourne on top, but gradually Adelaide wore them down when North Melbourne couldn't make the impact on the scoreboard with their early quarter dominance. Adelaide slowly through McLeod and Rashuto and Robran running forward have got themselves in a very, very strong position. They've had first use of the breeze. It's not that great, but they'd be looking to capitalise on the start they've given themselves.
Well, you reckon they've taken advantage of it, wouldn't you? They lead by 4 goals here. McLeod has been a bit special in this opening term. Carey, the goal kicker for the Kangaroos. McKernan taken off right on the death there. It's 5-4 to 1-4 a quarter time. Big crowd here, close to 40,000. Quarter time, the Crows lead the Kangaroos at 5-4 to 1-4.
It's a beautiful day.
The AFL, International Rugby Union, Super 12 Rugby, Winter Olympics, World Figure Skating Championships, Rex Hunt's Footy Talking for the game, Sports World, Rugby Zone 7 has the Ashes Cricket, and One Day International Series, watch out.
So quarter time, the Crows by 4 goals. One of the stories of the first quarter was the injury to Peter Vardy. Gary Ayres was quick to go down at quarter time and pay him some special attention.
Yeah, some poignant vision here, and Gary just says, look, you've done well. Stick it out, we'll see how you go. it doesn't look good. Look at the expression of Peter Vardy's face there.
And I think Gary Ayres has resigned as well to it. Now, Curls, do you know any more about the Vardy injury?
Yeah, just spoken to Dr. Brian Sando. The report is a strained, not a severe hamstring, but a strain. They'll certainly monitor it and just see how it takes shape as the game progresses. But it's a tragedy because he was a live wire up there. But the Crows are doing very well in close and around the packs. And of course, Robin's gone forward on 3 occasions now. McKernan's off the ground, so that job's been given to somebody else. But a very, very tired first quarter, what we expected.
Yeah, now Dennis Pagan's made Gary Ayres think, because McKernan's off and the young fella Daniel Harris is in the back pocket on Matthew Robrin.
So you'd think it was a bit of a mismatch, wouldn't you, in a way? Let's see how that turns out and how long it lasts. Blakey off the ground.
Low, has great aerobic capacity and great mobility.
Very athletic, isn't he?
So Burton and Clark, who hasn't been out there for too long. Grant's kick into the centre. McGregor's got some time here, and he just pushes to centre half forward. Archer gets rid of Rashudo, and then Colbert takes a mark unopposed. Welsh hasn't touched it, I don't think, for the Crows.
Yes, he hasn't, but Colbert's done well, but it's still been a pretty potent Adelaide forward line.
Carey, Stevens, Johnson, high tackle.
That's ducking. He's ducked his head.
No,
I think the tackler must be given an opportunity.
I don't think so, Curls.
Oh, we'll have a look at the replay.
We'll have a look at the replay. It wasn't an obvious duck. The tackle was too high.
Gee, Curls, if you say it's a duck of the head and it's a crow, I'm inclined to believe you. Anyway, I want it to be taped forever. Did Rashudo hold the mark? No. It'll be a ball up, I think, now. 34-10. So 4-goal margin here. Rude disappointing. He had the chance there.
That's good hands by Rashudo. The pack crashing him. He grimaced.
It was weight of numbers in the end that sort of brought the ball down, wasn't it? So Adelaide just in attack. Burton. Kangaroos need a positive start. Goodwin quickly to centre half forward. Terrific mark taken back there by McCartney, who's certainly become a better player over the years. He goes out wide, and good on him in his 150th to Sinclair.
Martin pushes to the wing and gives them something, but nothing obvious, so he goes for Carey. Smart getting back to help, but couldn't help. Now, Lee Colbert, if Carey looks up, Colbert's pushed back to the goal square. He just didn't have the ball back in time. And now the Adelaide defence is getting back. So Carey going for the pass, kicked it into space. Bickley got in front, did pretty well. And
now Anthony Stevens has moved over onto Andrew McLeod.
Interchange for the Kangaroos. McKernan, Watt, Cochrane, Olorenshaw.
We talked about that Harris-Robrin matchup, Graham, but they went from one end of the ground to the other. I think Robrin was trying to get into attack, and now he's gone back into defence. So we'll keep watching that. A bit of mastermind going on between the two coaches. Robrin late at that tap. Bickley a little dangerously because it's still in the danger zone, and there's an example of that with Jason McCartney using his strength to take the mark.
Yes, so 2 very good marks to Jason McCartney in the last minute, I'd say, and he just able to hold Kenny McGregor out.
And he's
a suspicion of a nudge, but no more than holding his ground.
Dennis Pagan paid great tribute to Jason McCartney during the week, and it is a tremendous effort. He's at his 3rd club to make it to 150 games. McCartney has covered the distance without a problem. Pushed it away to the left, though.
Right, interchange for Adelaide. Crowell, Binky, Vardy, big ones.
You have to nail those. If your team is going to win critical close games, you have to nail those relatively easy shots for goal.
He will be disappointed. Stenglein, who's done well on David King in the first quarter. I think he thought he'd kicked a goal, and we all did too at that end. To Johnson, 9th possession. The kick to Laddams, half volley. Laddams under the pump now, wants the boundary line and finds it. Carey putting some pressure on him. Just feel that Carey's going to have to play a colossal match here tonight for North Melbourne, the Kangaroos, to win.
He was just throwing his weight around then off camera.
And will continue to, I'm sure. He has to impose himself on this match. Bickley, just a quick kick away, as he so often does, into the centre. Robrin overran it. This will be interesting. Smart and Pickett. Ball comes back to Edwards. He's got some time now. Goes long to full forward. Welsh could get a fly here. Hewitt and Martin. Archer crashes in hard. Blakey under the pump. O'Loughlin, can he use his pace? Oh, good tackle from Archer. O'Loughlin gets it out. Cochrane back to Archer. Dropped it, actually. It's a good tackle from O'Loughlin. Boundary throw in.
Gee, the umpire was there. That was a great tackle, and the ball spilled. Just
umpire's just having a chat to Carey about throwing his weight around.
So,
why they would do that.
Clark, Sinclair, Shannon Grant, Stevens and Carey, front pot Stevens, Robran, Carey's got him, manhandles him and gives a free kick away. He'll be disappointed, the captain, because he had him scunned, didn't he?
He did, but you've got to put the tackle beyond doubt. Matthew Robran with a slightly bewildered look on his face.
Well, you get the feeling that, like Adelaide at the start of last week, the Kangaroos have come out since quarter time, and vigour is their main target at the moment. And they're certainly very aggressive. Stevens' hand was being held almost by McLeod there as it goes out of bounds.
And there's a couple of minutes of the second quarter, and Anthony Stevens on Andrew McLeod not giving him a stiff. There was a definite free kick there.
5-4 to 1-5. Clark and Burton. Oh, Johnson had the time to steady, line it up and nail it.
Kick the last 5 goals of pros. They lead 6-1 here. Kangaroos got to find a way. McKernan's about to come back on. 40-11. Adelaide rolling here at home. Huge crowd. Confidence up. Simpson didn't quite get a clean kick away. Goodwin. Little give was clever. To McLeod. To Smart. Takes them on. He's a bit lucky. Had Pickett been able to hold him up, he was gone. To Burton. Not good play by Smart. Bickley. Second go, throws it. It was a little cough up by Bickley, free kick.
It was great work by Byron Pickett. Nigel Smart was clean. We just watched Mark Bickley there. Gee, that's a tough decision.
Cochrane's kick, free kick. No, to Carey.
There was definite suggestion of a handball with that movement of Bickley's.
Well, they're going to have to isolate Carey, the Kangaroos, aren't they? To give him all the opportunity in the world to probably kick 6 tonight. He rarely misses these. 45 metres out. And he slotted it through for a second goal.
He's the difference. And good work by Richard Cochrane. The space was there. Carey's moved it. He's respected the space, given a beautiful kick to his captain.
Is Stuart's dad's name Richard, was it?
Richard, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not calling him Richard.
Yeah. Stuart tonight.
Well, you know that they are so similar in appearance.
One's 67 and the other one's 21.
He's not even 50, Richard Cochrane. It was a great play. Played for Central Districts here too, Bruce, but wonderful player for Central Wire up there in the old Iron Triangle for those who are at all interested.
Important goal for the Kangaroos. Now McKernan in the ruck against Clark. Oh, good tap too, and Harvey gets them forward. Oh, that's a strong mark. Jarman deciding to go by hand. Now, Johnson was a bit off balance, but he had Smart in support. Pickett always bearing down. He's such a fantastic tackler, and his physical presence is always nearby.
And you just hit it on the head there. He had no right to get to Smart, but just the effort to close put Nigel Smart off balance. The kick, instead of being accurate, goes out of bounds.
Even just the thought of him nearby can be enough to put you off your kick. Some pretty vigorous work there by McKernan and Clark. Ball scooped forward. King trying to build some momentum up here and run with it. He takes it well. Dragged down though by Edwards. Dangerous ball inside the 50. Rocker Hart tried to push off him. He still goes. Got the handball away. It was good work in the end. Edwards took him on. Smart. Bickley through the middle of the ground. Goodwin waited for it. McKernan off the ground. Blakey, he is tough. And he just went straight through.
Well, he had the awkward free kick. Just watch this. He had the difficult job of controlling this ball and went after it. Oh, I don't know who the free kick's against. Tremendous work by Matthew Clark. I didn't see that either.
Colbert, well wrapped up. Still, it's a dangerous area. Welsh couldn't get clear. And a ball up.
In terms of commitment and desperation, you're not going to get too many better games than this. Here's a couple of the match-up. Nigel Smart, Byron Pickett, Kenny McGregor on Jason McCartney, and Stuart Cochrane now has moved on to Matthew Robran.
Does anybody know if Pickett played forward last week against Geelong or back?
Oh, I think they all just went around and around in circles in the puddle down there, Curls. 6-4 to 2-5. Clark. Goodwin over the top. Bit of tunnel ball out the back. Yes, it was. The umpire saw it that way. And a free kick, only 35 metres out. And it looks like it's going to be in the hands of Andrew McLeod. He's already kicked a couple.
Oh, dear. Dear me. Well, you are not allowed to hand the ball off, I guess. But it's that definition of, does the player take the ball or is he handed the ball? Doesn't matter, the free kicks with Andrew McLeod.
Crowd on for Welsh.
Well, important kick, aren't they all? But McLeod with the confidence up. Kangaroos have kicked the last one. This would be a very good answer. And, well, it wasn't 100% convincing. And it's just missed.
And given the fact that the Kangaroos have really steadied here and seem to have some momentum, that would have been a very important goal for them.
Grant and Simpson on
Now,
for the Kangaroos.
Look at the kickoffs here. Instead of the screen, the defensive zone, Adelaide manning up.
And they're able to break, aren't they? And Archer took the mark.
Yeah, there's too much space when they do that.
So Archer, McKernan on the lead. Smart at the back. Johnson. Back to Smart, outnumbered. McKernan in the air was a funny old one. Poor handball. Cochrane, Robran and McKernan towards the line. Boundary throw-in. Just a reminder about the internet. If you're on it tonight, you'll know all about it. i7.com.au. What about after the telecast? You log on and check the scores from all today's matches and any reports or injuries. Clark.
Oh, here we go again.
It's a free kick to
I can't work these out at all.
Crows, is it? I'm not sure why.
I can't work them out.
Didn't seem to be anything in it at all, did it, of course? But anyway, Clark's got it, and he kicks to Jarman. Got him. So Jarman could be very dangerous in this situation. He hasn't gone back very far. And then just bad play, Jarman. That's really not like him. Just never got back off the mark, did he? As Harvey gives it to Archer. Clark, little push out, no free kick. High tackle, I thought, on Jones, and a free kick to him.
Advantage.
The advantage given, thanks to Hutto, to Simpson, to full forward. Carey, Smart, now where's Pickett? He's there,
There he
he's
is.
got him, he's robbed him. Can Carey get it?
Oh, no.
Carey will get it, and kick it there.
Oh, put it down to Byron Pickett.
So it's Carey versus the Crows, at least on the scoreboard. He's kicked all their goals so far. 3-5 to 6-5. And this game just goes up a level in interest as the Kangaroos hit back. Well done, well, I thought well done by Clark and McKernan with a double effort. Got it back, and Harvey breaking through centre half forward. Should kick a goal from there with the pace and the momentum. Oh, and it just swung away to hit the post. Cruel for Brent Harvey.
He snuck away from Simon Goodwin, who's been very good in recent weeks in that defensive role. And Brent Harvey is one player who can absolutely cut you to pieces with his pace and his goal sense.
Having a good little patch now, aren't they, the Kangaroos? Rodman gets it, they close it up.
It's an important period of the game, Bruce.
3-6 to 6-5. Goodwin not paid, and the right decision. He's got to get it out from here. And
Don't
he's gone.
do that. Do
He's
not
gone.
do that.
I don't believe this.
You cannot. That's
Well,
an incompetent
the onus in the end is on the player with the ball. They know the rule.
But who's holding it? Watch, he's taken high here for a start. Everyone's grappling for it. He doesn't even have the ball there.
That is a joke.
And Cochrane's got hold of the ball as much as anybody.
It's a tough call, Cornsey. There's no question. We all agree with that.
It's gotta
a
be
rule we
looked at.
don't like.
The Rules Review Committee must look at it.
Rocker. So 4 shots for goal for Sav tonight. And in his prime, he would have been a real good chance for there, but he's just not in sync. But the Kangaroos are peppering here. Just a couple of mistakes. Robin's kicked the ball slightly high. Jarman uncharacteristically went the wrong way at half forward a moment ago, and the Kangaroos hang in. Jarman sits it up, wants Clark or Stevens. Carey's at the back. Carey hacks it back to centre half forward. Kangaroos with a bit of a chance here. Rocking the front spot. Goodwin belts it away to the space.
Was a good kick too, because they've got the run of Smart and got support on Robin, overran it. Blakey, as always, hard at it, and Hayden Kennedy, well, let it go for a while, but eventually blows the whistle. And it is heating up, as we said, in this second quarter.
This is not a 14th versus 15th clash of football. This is one of the really tough, good games of football. Just watch Rocky here go for the mark. hits the deck so heavily. Kangaroos are screening on the kickoffs, and Adelaide aren't able to get the kickoff away as Kangaroos are at the other end.
Clark got first hands on it. Edwards able to sneak in to half forward, propping in front of McLeod. He got it off as soon as he received it. Rashudo into space. Great looking kick to full forward. Colbert was good, but Laddams where a forward should be. Unfortunately, his kick is not where a forward's kick should be.
Chris Laddams is a left footer. He didn't have to try and bend the ball or put it across his boot. A simple drop punt, far more efficient. Now look, just try and look on the kickoff. You can see it clearly here. Adelaide manning up, a few players ringing the huddle, but there's too much space, and the Kangaroos have been able to find it. There's one there.
And there's the short option down the middle. Archer.
It's the second kick that's the critical one.
It is, and just gets the man. Stevens, so far tonight, a little quiet. Second mark, he's had just 4 touches.
Yeah, Archer's doing a great job on Rashudo.
His 5th kick is up onto the wing. McKernan, hard at the ball, well done, Clark. Look at McLeod, escape. He kept it inside the line, glides to half forward, again puts it out in front of Crowd. He's got it. Good, strong mark at full tilt with Colbert bearing down. He's quick to get to his feet. O'Loughlin leads into the pocket. They've all come down now, but he's going to kick it quickly to the top of the square. Hewitt at the back. Blakey had the support, and they're away. King banging it, but not for long.
Bickley just had to search for it. It was a tough ball, and he found it in the end. The handball inboard okay to Edwards. Goes back to Rashudo. He's pretty good at these too, the Roo. He bangs long and hard to fall forward. Big fly coming at the back from Hewitt. Well read by King. Handball puts Blakey under pressure and finds the line.
Now, some people suggesting maybe 3 points for that.
Hope not. I hope we don't change any of the rules. I love the game the way it is.
Yeah.
Graham, from the Crows' point of view, would you swap Crowell and Roblin?
Well, I think Roblin's been very dangerous. Crowell has provided.
Robin at the moment's got Cochrane at half-back.
Yeah.
So he's sort of out of it a bit, isn't he?
But he's provided a lot of run. He's had plenty of the ball.
Just whether he'll get the ball there, Cornsey, where he's playing at the moment. But Hewitt gets it in short, well, not short, out to the 50, actually. So they have been successful with the kick-ins. 6-7, 3-7. Carey, Stevens, Smart, McKernan. Good effort by Smart. Turning point for Smart this year was when he went forward in the derby, I think, don't you?
Definitely. He got a really scathing review of his performance by one of our journalists here in Adelaide, Jeff Roach. And since that, he's really lifted.
Archer quickly onto the boot, and he might find the line here, and he does.
So Bruce Pickett's not finding a lot of ball up here on the forward line, but he's certainly providing pace and tackling.
No doubt, Curls. Two kicks, 2 handballs, but some of his tackling has been a highlight of the match. He's certainly putting great pressure on Smart in particular. Clark, McKernan did really well. Stevens, slick handball to David King. Harvey loves to run. Oh, turns his man inside out. Runs a long way and kicks a goal. And the Kangaroos closing.
So Harvey kicks the goal, and they are now just 2 goals behind. What a contest. Interesting one in the middle. This time the free goes the other way. Advantage taken, streaming forward. Stevens puts it right to the square. The spoil away from Jones. Robrin and Cochrane. Good clearance from Robrin. Simpson pursuing McLeod. Desperate to get to the ball. He was desperate, and he's going to get a free for his efforts.
Yeah, well, desperate's been the word you could use for a lot of players here. Well,
just threw himself, didn't he, really?
Cochrane. He's thrown himself at his feet. Caused him to fall on and gets the free kick.
Just picks out the little short option into Stevens. Got his hands full tonight with Wayne Carey. Carey's kicked 3 goals for the Kangaroos. Clark off for Biglands. That was a move that probably had to be made. McCartney stood the ground, takes the mark. 6-7 to 4-7. Kangaroos suddenly with spring in the step to centre half forward. It's a penetrating kick. Robin missed it. Rocker versus Hart. Carey through the maze. Shannon Grant off the left. He aligned himself with the goals and drills it. They are right back in it.
is confusion on the set as the dumbest team ever hits Australian TV.
That was a dreadful effort.
How they passed the audition, no one knows.
If life's like a box of chocolates, then I've found the coated nuts.
An all-new Weakest Link, Monday.
He's coming to tear them apart.
Expected you to be younger.
Sorry?
Than my mom.
He's come to take Dad home.
You're taking everything.
All new Ali. Monday on 7.
That goal so typical of the Kangaroos at their best. Bang, crash, front and square, onto the boot, goal. Within a kick here, the Kangaroos, they have done a wonderful job. Slight breeze at their back, taking advantage as the Crows did, and they're starting to beat the Crows in the centre square. Makepeace gets hold, goes to centre half forward, the bang away. Little handball on the up from Goodwin was good. Bickley forced to go in a hurry, bangs to centre half. Well, McCartney's been outstanding. That is a wonderful mark. Playing his 75th match tonight, so half his footy's been, that's for the Kangaroos, 150 all up. Stevens away, then bangs back to half forward. McLeod! Well, I thought he was going to take it. Carey wants to get the ricochet. Smart to run him down. Carey bounces it. Gets a Bronx cheer. No one wanted to tackle him in the end. Belts it back to centre half forward. Big fly coming up. Harvey front and square held on to. No free kick. Bang, crash. Good stuff this. Kangaroos have upped the ante, haven't they? They're really at the Crows' throat at the moment. The footy's hot as it can get. Johnson was okay. Got it to Stengline, to Bickley. And then Bickley at half back to Smart. Will he take his man on? He does. He'll come wide. And Stevens is on the burst here. You go over the top to O'Loughlin, surely. He does. O'Loughlin can go on.
Take him on.
He must go on. He does now. It's a terrible kick to centre half forward. And what a waste. Back to Stevens. Back to O'Loughlin. Blazes away. Not much better kick. Comes out. They're all tied. No one's too sure. Courage left, right and centre. Well done, Ricky Renshaw. And Shannon Grant gets it.
Sensational footy by the Kangaroos to stand up. Grant to centre half forward. Poor kick. Oh, Johnson fumble. Smart. Got players running both sides for him, but just bangs. And haphazardly. Out it goes. Rodron getting them moving now. Here's McGregor.
Johnson's still down.
Binky onto the ground for the Crows. It's close to the line, and Archer takes it over and out.
Yeah, Ricky O'Loughlin, just watch this. They can't take the ball. It's a heavy bump by Byron Pickett. Nothing in it. Nothing in it at all. Crowd's booing on the replay. And Ricky O'Loughlin paying the price for those poor disposals.
Free kick to McCartney. He is killing them at the moment across half-back. He's had 6 marks tonight coming in for his 9th possession.
Binky on, O'Loughlin off.
Hart leading Rocker to the ball. Didn't take the mark. His recovery was pretty good, but the boundary umpire got in the road.
Johnson off.
Yeah, McCartney's just too good for McGregor at the moment, isn't he? McGregor's really trying hard. There's the hard bump from Pickett, a solid connection of Johnson. So McCartney just a bit too powerful for McGregor, and Harvey's been the danger man here, and he uses Pickett on the burst. Pickett at 50, Pickett's at 40. Look at him go. Pickett's at 20, and Pickett goes for goal to level the scores, and he does.
I don't know if you boys noticed that then, but Pickett's one of the very few players that I've seen who can bounce the ball either hand on the run.
Well, the Crows in a bit of disarray now. Sensational quarter by the Kangaroos. They've really hit back, and they have all the momentum and all the running. It's like the Roos of old. Stevens, probing kick for Carey. Opposite Stevens with him. Good handout, though. Harvey looked for Rocker. Hart one-on-one with him. Rocker pushed back. Had good support in the end, Hart from Bickley, who tried to get Edwards. Just didn't quite find the mark. Made it tough for him. And he's wrapped up. Has to be a bounce. Oh. No, it's not!
Oh, no, you can't do that. This is appalling. We'll watch it in replay. Tyson Edwards wrapped up. Cannot go anywhere. Cannot go anywhere.
Well, he goes for a pass into Carey. Couldn't take it. Makepeace was there as well. Bickley helping out. Desperate. Crowd wanted a free. Harvey wants the ball. Spots up the little pass. Missed the target. Grant came in, but Smart had to go for the boundary line. They are on fire at the moment, the Kangaroos, and the Crows are under siege.
Yeah, well, it's not the umpires that are creating this stimulus for the Kangaroos. It's their midfield players, Harvey, Stevens, is having a good... Grant has skipped away and Carey's providing a real beacon for them at centre-half forward.
Biglands lays it down. Rodram was clever. The kick to centre wing. Been a good game, hasn't it? Hewitt overruns it with Martin. McCartney, McGregor. McCartney again, and straight to the line. He'll be pinged. He's got in the umpire. He was, I think, waiting for it. The first one missed when he tried to slap it over. I think the umpire was sweating on him for the second.
He was taken high as he did it. I thought he might have got a free kick for that.
He's had a good night, McCartney. He really has. Laddams to centre wing. Martin normally loves this situation, but Hewitt over the back. Good mark.
Well, the ball fell into his arms as much as anything.
Crows need a goal, don't they? They really do. As he's kicked to the pocket, Rasciuto and Archer McLeod still in play.
Oh.
McLeod, was it out, was it?
Well, the umpire said out.
Okay.
The umpire has...
Well, the field umpire.
No, the boundary umpire. The boundary umpire. Watch it here.
Gee, it looks in, actually. Well, no, probably, I don't know.
Hard to tell.
The whole ball's got to be over the line. It's
yes,
a very hard call, isn't it? Welsh, who hasn't been able to impact. Edwards, ball up. That last decision against Edwards was absolutely shocking, I must admit.
We've had a couple of them, Bruce. It's a section of the game that has to be looked at. The interpretation of holding the ball in that situation has gone from bad to worse. It's just stumbled along over the last 4 or 5 years. It has to be addressed.
Crows attacking inside the 50. Colbert, back to Laddams, back to Welsh. Not bad, off one step to get to the goal square. And this strong mark from McKernan.
He's in front. Kick comes in loose. In front's the place to be.
Had a bit of an influence in this quarter too, McKernan, with his ruck work out of the middle. Grant, here's Olorenshaw, back for the Kangaroos.
Yes, he's gone onto the wing in place of Jess Sinclair.
All those years ago with the Baby Bombers, a premiership player back in '93. Carey and Stevens having a great battle. And in from the side, Benke took the mark.
Yeah, well, Carey was shepherded out there, so he's looking at the umpire.
Almost all the players forward of the ball on the ground as a huge leap, but that's a good strong mark. McKernan just stood the ground in the middle of the pack. Hewitt loves to fly, doesn't he? Came from behind.
Well, that's not his man, though, unfortunately. He was in front of his opponent.
Report on Johnson, just slightly groggy, not too bad.
Blakey.
Did you see that clash curls with he and Pickett had?
Oh, yeah, Pickett just collected him nicely.
To a contest on the wing. Stevens got to the front that time. Did pretty well, Jarman. Good hands, Biglands. Great smother by Simpson. Well, what a corner by the Kangaroos. After the Crows dominated in the first quarter, kept them to just one goal. They're back on level terms at half-time.
And the crowd is going berserk. They're not happy with the umpire, and they can't blame the umpires. There's been a few dubious decisions, but the Kangaroos have copped a couple as well. They just don't have a vocal crowd to support it. They should be happy, the Kangaroos, with their lift.
Wayne Carey stood in front of the Crows crowd, then he came over towards the front row and just said, "What are you worried about?"
Well, we have a contest. The midfield of the Kangaroos really dragging them back in the game. Some superb physical performances by players like Carey and Pickett.
Yeah, terrific first half. It's all set up, isn't it? 43 apiece at the long break. Terrific game here. Wonderful contest at half-time. Crows had the early advantage. Kangaroos hit back hard. 6-7 apiece. And a reminder about Name a Game if you want this match or any other, including that Anzac Day Classic on Wednesday. Every game, every team, every week. The number to ring is 1800 035 665.
The AFL, in association with its premier partner, Carlton and United, proudly presents the 2001 Premiership season.
Seen some great individual performances so far this year. Our Mitsubishi Player of the Week is Mark Rasciuto. What a game he played with his 4 goals at Optus last week.
Mitsubishi Player of the Year. Adelaide's Mark Rasciuto is the Mitsubishi Player of the Week. The Crows' Captain Courageous led from the front in difficult conditions and was truly inspirational in their sensational victory over Carlton. Fittingly, he sealed the game with this freaky snap late in the game.
Snap around the corner, bends it back, he's got a goal, guys. He kicked a miracle goal.
And one of the highlights of every Saturday night is to go to the Sunday Herald Sun with Scotty Palmer. Scotty, welcome. Gee, the presidents are making some news. What's Joseph Gutnick going to say tomorrow at the Melbourne lunch?
Well, he'll be at home tonight deliberating on what to do, Bruce, whether to go on the attack against those who are trying to unseat him or whether to sort of go quiet and not do anything to destabilise the club. My sources say that he'll probably go on an attack and clean out the thing. Some have advised him that we don't want this coming back through the year, so go for it now, Joe. And I suspect that lunch to be pretty interesting tomorrow, Bruce. And I'll tell you what, John Elliott today got up at Carlton and he supported Joe Gutnick. He said he deals in facts, not folklore, and he had a real big go at Eddie Maguire, the president of Collingwood, who he said was becoming very dangerously close to conflict of interest with what he's been saying about the Melbourne thing.
I tell you what, they play each other this week. It's not a bad build-up, Carlton versus Collingwood. What about Eddie? Did he have anything to say today?
Well, Eddie was fuming today, and I'll quote this. He said, I brought the Melbourne Football Club board together. I have brought everything into the open. Some of the Melbourne Football Club board are wimps. If they are going to roll Joe, have a crack, he said. Some of them will support him, but others will wimp around the outside. So all this is leading up to a fantastic day at the MCG tomorrow before the Swans match.
Boy, oh boy, was he speaking as the Collingwood president or as a Channel 9 host when he was saying all of that? Do you know?
I spoke to him down at Colonial, speaking as a reporter, Bruce. One of us.
Good on you, mate. Thanks for that. Terrific. And he's a good one at that. Long quarter today at Colonial.
I sat through it with 34,000, 40 minutes, 39 seconds. That was when Nathan Thompson went down for it with concussion, but it was a long quarter, almost 2 quarters almost. But I tell you what, bad luck for Terry Wallace. He missed out on that invitation to the Team of the Century dinner, and I tell you what, the Hawks made a party of that last quarter against his new side, the Bulldogs. Bruce, I tell you what, very disappointing. He did have a lot to say afterwards about a free kick that stopped the Bulldog momentum. It was when Todd Curley bumped into a field umpire, and he said that he wants all fans to look at this because Todd was going on a straight line. He said it stopped the momentum of the Bulldogs, and he said the free kick that was awarded to Sean Wren was far too harsh for that, and I concur totally with him.
Boy, it's going to be a talking point, isn't it? That is for sure. Have a look at this. We saw Josh Franco run into the umpire here in the derby, but it didn't cost a goal, and that was one of Wren's 3 goals. What about Blighty? Malcolm, what's he had to say about the Saints today?
Well, he wants to identify the inner demons, Bruce, that have been sort of haunting the Saints for years. He said, if you get within a kick, then stop. Does that mean that you're tireder than them? He said, unless we get to the bottom of this dilemma, it will continue. Why does one generation hand it over to the next? He was very, very disappointed with the Saints today at Optus Oval, Brucey. But Wayne Britton, enthusiastic about Mark Porter. He played the game of his life, and he said he deserves everything because his preparation is fantastic.
Bit of news on Simon Black, Geelong, and also Scott Cummings.
Yes, Simon Black's expected to sign a new contract up there with the Brisbane, stopping all those rumours about him returning to the West. And I tell you what, Scotty Cummings, he's got a foot strain that will keep him out of 4 or 5 weeks. His career's in limbo a little bit because he's trying to negotiate a contract at the same time. All these happen mid-season, Bruce. Keeps the mill working, doesn't it?
And Shell doing some good things for John. And just finally, I reckon Cornsey looks really handsome tonight. What's been going on?
We've been investigating this story all week, that Graham Corns has been visiting a beauty therapist, a high priestess of beauty. Now, he did admit that his wife, Nicole, took him along. He's had some waxing done on the eyebrows and a few other parts. I just want to know, after all this, does he look beautiful or not?
Well, I tell you what, he's married to the High Priestess of Beauty in Adelaide, no doubt about that. Hey, Scotty, look forward to you on Rex tomorrow morning. Keep punching. A terrific show, Rex Hunt and Brucey. The panel. And looking forward to Joseph Gutnick delivering tomorrow. Thanks, Scotty. Terrific stuff. We'll take a break. Back with the second half with Cornsey after this. Edge of the seat stuff here at half-time. It should be a great second half. So much at stake with the Crows and the Kangaroos tied up at 43. Let's go down to Neil Curley. There's Mark Rasciuto as we look, Curls, and just Rasciuto's performance in the second half and where he plays could be a key. Vardy and Johnson, we can't see them at the moment.
Yeah, well, they're both very important questions. Rasciuto has had no impact on the game at all. Archer's had him tight. And, of course, we have no Vardy nor Johnson on the ground. I'll check with the doctor on that one. But it's been played in 2 strong quarters. The Crows first up, and then the Kangaroos more than matched them in the second quarter, so we're back to square one, the first bounce virtually.
Yeah, Nigel Smart and Andrew McLeod have gone forward for the Crows. Mark Prosciutto still at half forward in the centre. Stanglines followed King, Goodwin and Tyson Edwards.
Second half about to start. Saturday night footy. Almost a packed house here in Adelaide. So you reckon the Crows have probably got to put a couple of goals on the Kangas here. They've got the scoring in. Goodwin's kick just smothered. Gets to half forward. Blakey hacks it forward towards the line. He's playing a very defensive role. Good attack on the footy by Crowell. And then King hearted him. Boundary throw in. Hip and shoulder was a beauty, actually.
Yeah, good hit, but Andrew Crowd jumps straight up. Kenny McGregor's gone back onto Sav Rocker, who's still at full forward for the Kangaroos.
McCartney had the better of McGregor in the first half. Jarman just searching, had a very good first quarter. Edwards keeps it down low. Prosciutto, lovely look away handball. Stenglein went without it. Spin it a bit. Olorenshaw gets it back. King almost out of play. Goes forward to Jarman. Steady mark. He is just going forward, Jarman, trying to get rid of Makepeace. He's had a bit of it in the first term. Goes short.
Oh, that little kick.
Finds Clark. Clark, long to full forward. McCartney comes out, though. And I think a free kick to McCartney. Is it too high?
Yeah, just the kick from Clark just to the wrong side of the contest. Nigel Smart was leading to the left. The kick went to the... Sorry, it went to the right and just didn't find him.
Danger. Olorенshaw's pulled a hamstring, so that's really bad luck for him as Welsh goes inboard to Prosciutto. Can you believe Ricky Olorенshaw's luck?
He's had a bad run with him. He didn't play a game last year, and only 5 games in 1999. You don't see him pull up there, but it just allowed Welsh to take the ball, skirt inside, and quite an easy kick to Mark Prosciutto, who will not pass off.
Well, needs a goal, doesn't he?
Yep.
There's Ricky Olorenshaw. That is dreadful luck. Hasn't played since 1999. Desperate to make some sort of a mark here. Prosciutto 40 metres out. Is it coming back? Not sure. I don't think so. So a miss to the Roo. And the Crows, they've missed a few since quarter time as we see this really unfortunate side here for Ricky Olorenshaw.
Fellas, interchange to the Kangaroos. Sinclair, Harris, Jones and Burton, and Johnson has a cracked cheekbone.
Again, they went man on man from the kick in, and again, Kangaroos find the first target, Blakey.
Yeah,
so you would wonder about that, Grant.
The huddle is so hard to stifle.
Up to the wing. Carey and Stevens just getting into the picture. Good tackling on Sinclair.
Fellas, while we're there, interchange, you get that? For Kangaroos, Sinclair, Harris, Jones,
hang on,
Burton.
Sinclair's out there, curls there with
he
the
just
ball.
came on and replaced
Olorenshaw, yes.
And Johnson has a cracked cheekbone.
So those injuries of Johnson and Vardy could be very significant in this second half. McKernan wheeling around Clark, got the tap down, and it's over the line and out of bounds. Let's have a look again at Olorenshaw.
Oh, it takes off just that stretch. It's so insignificant. Darren Jarman at half-back, and he's trying to be stretched here.
Edwards coming through, but Harvey took it away. McKernan, throw. Gee, tough call. Edwards to take it and move it on quickly. Crows getting it about 70 out from goal. Goodwin is a long kick right to the square. Oh, Cochrane did the spoiling. And McLeod taking it safely through. Welsh just couldn't get his hand on it. He just can't seem to do that tonight.
Just have a look at this quick hands. Oh, dear me, you'd let that go, wouldn't you? You would let that go.
It was a good attempt to handball, no doubt, wasn't it? I mean, he really tried to handball.
That suggests the fist made contact with the ball.
Fellas, only the 2 interchanges left for the Crows, O'Loughlin and Big Lands.
Talk about Ricky Olorенshaw's bad luck. What about Kane Johnson, who's been so unfortunate with soft tissue injuries and now cracked cheekbone? Good mark coming back to Hewitt. So where do the Crows get their goals from in the second half? I reckon that's the big question mark. The kick to half forward, Smart, perhaps he can provide 1 or 2. King was clever, and then down the line from McCartney, a boundary throw in.
Yeah, Nigel Smart having gone to centre half forward on Jason McCartney, who had a very good first half, particularly in the second quarter. The goals have to come from their midfield. The midfield has to get back on top. And they must generate run in the forward 50.
Clark to Edwards to Goodwin. Still Goodwin having a good start to this quarter. Pokes it up high. Archer and also Binky and a boundary throw. You look at the Crows bench, there's not much left, is there? Ricky O'Loughlin and Rhett Biglands who will come on and off with Clark. There's not a whole lot for Gary Ayres to work on there.
Yes, but in the old days, you could do it with 20, Bruce.
Clark and McKernan again wheeling around each other. Clark the bodywork, McKernan the tap. Goodwin the snap into the square. It's one-on-one again.
Someone's holding.
Someone was holding. Who was holding it? Free kick to Mickey.
Well, it was the white jumper that we saw stretching. There was definitely a hand there. Evan Hewitt saying he was holding me as well, but oh dear.
It's got to be a little bit of a guess, doesn't it?
Well, not when you can see the white North Melbourne, or not the white Kangaroos jumper being stretched.
Martin. Big pack of players. He kicks to a contest. McKernan got to the front, just got underneath it a bit. Smart, a chance to get through here. Got it to the square again, but just offline. In fact, hitting the behind post and out on the full.
There's no doubt, Bruce, that the Achilles heel of the Crows is their forward division.
Stevens on the way out for the Kangaroos. He's switching play. He's got to hit Sinclair here because he's got no one else. Laddams will apply the pressure. Sinclair stood up to it well. Now further up the ground, again, he has to go short. Martin didn't take the mark. Worried out of it. McLeod takes them on. Bats himself here. Bit of support on the inside. Handball from Becky. This is Edwards. Oh, he just put too much on it. And Hewitt got back to compete, which was pretty good without giving away the free. But Archer was always going to take the mark. And he can send the Kangaroos forward. And Sinclair's in a little bit of space here.
Had a terrific match, has Archer. Sinclair, a bounce. Goes a second. No one's come to him. They do now. And he goes to half forward. Big fly at the back came from Watt Carey to Harvey. Should go over the top. He does. Shannon Grant can get it onto his boot in a hurry, and he does. And he puts the Kangas in front.
Crows continuing to shuffle. Laddams off. O'Loughlin on. But they've got to do something significant here to stop the right. Clark got the tap. Jarman into the midfield. Taking it away is Crowell. Long kick into the forward line. Chance for a shooter. Archer right there with him. Didn't have much support now. McLeod. Simpson who's right there on him. And it's out. Kangaroos by 4. Some of the matchups.
It's Rashudo on Archer, and Archer just keeping the Roo out of the game. Jarman on Blakey, Stevens on Carey.
Clark got his hands to it that time. No release though. Stevens wrapped up.
Ricky O'Loughlin's gone to the wing on Sinclair. And Gary Ayres is just a bit worried about Byron Pickett. It looks like he's put Andrew Crowell back onto him now.
They need a goal, Adelaide here. McKernan and Clark again, very crowded around the ball. In the end, Edwards almost got it. That left foot snap from Goodwin into the square. Still bouncing, close to the line, around the boundary line. And Sinclair sees it over. David King, 13 possessions tonight, 7 kicks and 6 handballs.
And another one of those unusual matchup for Adelaide. Robin on Grant.
Just a reminder about our website, as you can see on the screen there. It's been a while since the Crows have kicked a goal. Kangas have kicked the last 6 of the match. Edwards, Stevens, just runs to the line, boundary throw in.
Yes, Tyson Edwards has gone across onto Brent Harvey, trying to curb his influence. And that matchup with Robin and Grant does seem to be a mismatch. It's created 1 goal already for the Kangaroos.
Kernan worked underneath it. Goodwin's been getting a lot of the ball in this quarter. A lot of his kicks under pressure. Good fist away coming from Cochrane to the pocket. Archer, he ran it over. He knew exactly where he was, didn't he? Good play.
He's a great player. For somebody who's not particularly tall, he extracts the maximum from his football body.
He's a great player when he's given a job like tonight on Rashudo.
So the Crows in the left forward pocket. Clark and McKernan, again hard to find a winner. Archer searches, McLeod just put his toe poke in. King hacked it out of the air. Jarman almost, still with Jarman. back to Crow. So Jarman pushing forward. Crow with a long kick, good kick. A bit of a chance, actually. Martin just touched it on the way through, hit the post. Crow's peppering here, but it's a real worry for them, isn't it? They can't get a goal, having much more of the play. But on the counter-attack, the Kangaroos stinging through Grant in this quarter. 6-10 plays 7-7.
Just need targets in the forward line, and you need those targets to be running to the right spot at the moment. Adelaide not actually moving to the correct spot to receive the ball.
Well, David King kicking it to himself and running with it. Spider-Burton's just on the ground. That has to be the target. It's gone very wide. It'll be out on the full. Matthew Clark can take the kick.
It's an amazing statistic in this quarter. Adelaide into their forward 50 8 times, the Kangaroos just once for 1 goal.
Yeah, but as we've said, the Crows need to find someone who can kick a goal. Lots of jumping going on down there. King found the line.
And I think when it happens like this, when you're going in and it's coming back out, you've got to get players, a couple of good players back in the goal square, creating space. Someone at centre-half forward and players just working to the fall of the ball.
Well, Clark got rid of Burton that time. No free kick, got it out. Good one, getting plenty of it in this quarter. Again, it's probing, and again, it's Archer showing the superior judgment. Takes the mark. He's got players breaking to the other side. He's got players breaking down the middle. Again, he goes to the outer side. Good kick. Shannon Watt, bit of a fumble there. Cochrane close to the line. Benke with him. And it's over and out again.
Gee, the Kangaroos would love it at the moment, wouldn't they? This is the sort of match they love to get into. Just frustrating the Crows here. Dennis Pagan coaches so well in these situations. Well, free kick to Clark, is it?
Yep.
He was behind.
They're hard to pick, girls, I tell you. They are hard to pick. And they can be damaging. I'm not sure if Clark can kick the goal. OK, he's got his jumper, I guess, Burton.
He'll get the distance, OK.
Well, he hasn't kicked a goal this year. I'm not sure how many goals he's kicked for the Crows. It wouldn't be too many.
I don't think he's kicked one in his life, has he?
Clark has no goals this year. No goal, hasn't even scored it behind.
So Clark comes in. He kicked 2 last year for the Crows, and he's pushed it away. So Adelaide have had a lot of shots from set shots over the last couple of quarters for not much return. 6-11 to 7-7. And now the danger for them is if the Kangaroos can burst away here and score.
They're just getting it too easily from the kickoffs.
They are. Cochrane, penetrating kick to the wing. Oh, well stole off the pack by McGregor. And now the Adelaide Crows with a chance. Goodwin with that left. Sets it up for Nigel Smart. Good space to run into. Oh, it was too easy. Had it spent. Now he just has to wait. He's kicked it very high, made it very tough. Benke does well. And gets the mark. Well, free kick was actually paid. And so another set shot coming up for the Adelaide Crows. And again, we'll say they need a goal.
Nigel Smart needs a difficult. Brian Benke's got very good hands. You'd pay the mark here, but the contact high as well. The umpires paid high contact. Nigel Smart dropping that.
He too hasn't scored this year for Adelaide. It's a long time since their last goal, but that is a very positive kick. Beautiful contact, and he's kicked the goal.
Well, they deserved the goal, didn't they? They've worked really hard, the Crows here. Goodwin's been their man in this quarter, but you'd reckon they need a couple more for all the work they've done. Simpson's quick kick, Makepeace running hard onto it, and then on the left goes to the pocket. Good-looking kick to Rocker. Got him. Now, just how confident will Sav be here? It's the right spot for him, you'd think, wouldn't you?
I reckon Robin may have another look of him.
Think he's a bit short in his action?
Yes. If he was a horse, you'd scratch him.
Well, they mightn't be able to, Neil, because no Johnson and no Vardy. Now, Sav had 4 shots for goal in the opening half and didn't kick well at all. Now,
the eyes.
Steady as she goes for the big fella. Made good contact. He might have just pushed it, I think, for a point. Breeze working against him probably from that pocket. So 3 behinds for Sav tonight, 5 shots at goal. And you'd reckon normally 5 shots for Sav, you get 3, maybe 4.
You have to persevere with him. He's getting the ball. He is a threat.
Good mark in the front by Stenglein.
And the Crows can run off half-back. McLeod, couple through the middle to aim for. In the end, he gets Stevens pushing forward. A long way away from Carey at the moment as he goes back with the flight. Rodwin couldn't take it. Pickett, he was just worrying him again, wasn't he? Always near, always applying the pressure. Pickett around the corner. Pretty good kick for Stevens. Didn't sit for him very well. McGregor just hurled the ball out. Long kick down from Welsh up towards full forward. Smart from behind.
Oh, he's done that.
He's got it.
He's done that. Well, it was made for him. It's the classical pluck of the ball over the top. Just watch it, over the top, plucks it. Just plucks it, and having dropped the easiest of chess marks, he's reacted in the best possible way.
And a good feeling over the ground for the Crows. A lot of encouragement for the teammates who did the hard work up the ground. Smart needs to convert, or it's well away to the right. And that is one they can ill afford. 7-12 now.
And what does the coach do? He sits there in frustration.
Well, he knows, doesn't he, Nigel, because it was a great mark, but they've had so many set shots. I've harped on it a bit, but they have missed a lot of gettable goals. I know Sav has at the other end too.
Why do AFL footballers miss from 30 metres out?
I think they're called human. Mark taken by Mickey. He's almost a centre wing. Gets it towards half forward. Bickley, clever use of the hands on Makepeace. To Edwards. On the left. To Jarman, his brother-in-law. Back to Edwards. In the back. Free kick, not paid.
Oh, gee whiz.
He's unlucky. Blakey hurled up. And now Blakey's down. Well, that's a consolation, I think.
That's a disgraceful decision too. He's missed the free kick in the back. John Blakey had no chance of getting rid of that. And Darren Jarman talked the umpire into it.
Goodwin's having a super quarter, isn't he? To Stevens. Stevens quickly onto the boot. Here's a chance for the Crows in the box seat, taking the mark all on his own as Hewitt. They must convert here, Adelaide. Not an easy shot.
Hey, fellas, just cast your eye back into the Kangaroos forward line.
There's a lot of vacant space now, isn't there?
One umpire.
Well, not an easy kick, but you reckon they're due for one, wouldn't you?
Right-hand post, Bruce. Right-hand goal post.
Not bad. I like it. He likes it. He's got two.
So they've finally found the middle again. Margin 10 points.
Adelaide dominating 2, Hutto 13 times into their 50. The Kangaroos just twice.
Burton and Clark stand at 5 paces. Clark convincingly that time. McLeod. Martin just held out. Hewitt that time and allowed Stevens to come in. Well, great desperation and smothering by the Crows to really lock the ball in. Harvey, again, had some support with Sinclair. Just couldn't get away as he would have liked, but Edwards kept on pursuing. This is young Corey Jones. Harvey kept on running. It was great play. Deserves a goal, but he just won't get it.
He is a magnificent young footballer. That's how you break a team up. Edwards is his immediate opponent. He was desperate to try and stop him. Fell in the tackle. Harvey kept going. Jones gave it back to him. The Adelaide player and Bickley was closing though. Just forced the kick to the right.
Fellas, something the viewers can't see is when Shannon Grant rests forward, he takes Robin right down to the point post.
Yes, it's a matchup I think Dennis Pagan will be happy with at the moment, girls. Ball comes out. Grant back to Carey. Haven't seen much of the King in this quarter. Measures the kick. Not so good. Hart with some rebound. Crows enjoying a big patch here. They've got to put it on the board. They're away through Crowell. He had a couple of opportunities. Smart's been effective on McCartney, and McCartney bangs to the line for a boundary throw, and Smart unhappy with the delivery.
Well, when you've got your teammate in front of you, you've got to give him a better than 50-50 chance of taking the ball. The kick was too long and gave Jason McCartney every opportunity to spoil. That's what Nigel was concerned about.
9-point ball game here. Clark works to the front. King. Then Burton, they take it off him, comes out to Goodwin, who's had a wonderful quarter. Smart in the goal square. Oh, gee, where did that come from, McCartney?
There's a free kick off the ball.
Free kick here.
Free kick off the ball.
Is it to Smart?
It's to Smart, but the kick came, the infringement was off the ball.
What's it for hanging on, is it?
Oh,
gee, what's it for?
Well, when the umpire, and I think it's Hayden Kennedy, ran in, he was pointing behind him.
Boy. Well, he won't resist Smart. He's had a pretty good term. The Crows sneak away. Well, I'm scratching my head a little bit.
It could have been a free kick to Nigel Smart because it was just a good contest between the two of them.
But why did he take it? I mean, it definitely wouldn't be kicking in danger. Surely not, would it? I mean,
no, hang on, let's have a look at replay here. No, it couldn't have been. Could not have been. But when Hayden Kennedy came in and blew the whistle, he was pointing behind him.
Or down the ground after the kick. We didn't see anything. We're confused.
There's no free kick there. And Jason McCartney isn't protesting. What's he saying? Hanging on. That's a cruel decision. That's a cruel decision.
Crows will take it. They've got a 15-point lead. That time Burton, well, he didn't get it to a man. Sinclair coming through. Burton, Sinclair, overwhelmed by numbers. Clark took a long time, but it was all right because he found his man at the end of it. O'Loughlin did the 360. It's long. There is still a chance, but not quite. Simpson getting back. Has been running with McLeod for most of the night. Lays it off. Cochrane out wide. Burton got Stevens over the top and then pick it up on the wing if they can draw the loose man here. Gee, it wasn't the best of disposals. Should allow Adelaide to get back and man up, but Archer is still roaming free through the wing. Cochrane kept on running. Probing kick. Rocker charged out. Carey stayed back. He was team smothered then. Terrific stuff. Edwards, handball out wide. Now Robert on the counter-attack. Gets it to Hart. He's called on. Kick it to the wing, they say he does. Kept it low. Benke thought about laying it off. He's got O'Loughlin over the top. Oh, it was a poor disposal. Archer came in, couldn't take the mark. He was taken out of the contest. Kangaroos kept it alive. Byron Pickett, high one again. Benke gets back to help out. Goodwin as a result of that, able to take it away. Uses Benke, wanted to go by hand. Now Robin on the crest. Smart's got to be the target here. He's charging out, he's got it! But he made sure no one was getting in the road of him that time.
Good running movement of the ball from Adelaide. You don't see the kick from Matthew Robin. It was his left foot. It was a beautiful kick.
Well, how important is this kick now for Nigel Smart?
Just to give Adelaide a chance to capitalise on their ascendancy this quarter. They've been into the 50 so many more times than the Kangaroos and haven't hurt them enough on the scoreboard.
Margin stands at 15. Oh, he's again way out to the right. Just sneaking in for a behind, so the margin 16, 9-13 to 7-9.
Do you reckon Nettis Pay going to take this 16 points if you blew the siren now at three-quarter time?
Would he take it?
Yeah.
And with the fourth quarter to play, yeah, he certainly would.
Yeah, they need another one, the Crows, don't they? They really do, you think, in the context of this match so far. What an absorbing struggle it's been. King's hard and high kick. O'Loughlin and Sinclair. Ball comes down. Welsh missed it. Mickey Martin held up by Goodwin. Still a ball to be won. Clark, Goodwin, best man on the ground in this quarter. He's had about 12 kicks. Centering kick. Smart a charge. Good mark in the front. McCartney.
In front, strong hands. Pack coming from everywhere.
It's a good contest between the two of them. They're both having a red-out go. Archer belts it outside the 50. Martin up the ground. At the back, Harris. First time I've called him tonight. The kick Carey uses that posterior. Well played by the Crows. It was McGregor and firstly Stevens. Bickley back to McGregor. Little one to Clark, important. Back to Bickley. Back to Goodwin. Back to Bickley. But not such a good idea. But he got away from Pickett and played it beautifully. Oh, the old captain was at his best then and found Stengline.
Great awareness too, because Byron Pickett was closing.
I just fancied Goodwin to turn on the left and go for it though, but he probably did the right thing, bringing it inboard back to Bickley.
Stengline is a good kick.
Well, in the context of the match, this is just crucial, isn't it? This would put them about where they should be, I reckon. 9-13 to 7-9. They've kicked the last 3 goals, the Crows, after the Kangaroos have kicked the previous 6. Stengline kicks from about 52. Not bad, not bad. Oh, touched on the way through.
He just didn't get enough of his boot on the ball. He just dropped the ball a little bit too vertical and didn't get the boot through it.
They've had 7 more scoring shots in this quarter, the Crows.
Yep. And here's this huddle, you can see. Yeah. Crows persisting with their man-on-man. It hasn't stopped the Kangaroos getting the ball away from the kickoff, but it's the second kick that's the critical one.
Well, will Carey get to this? Yes, is the emphatic answer.
What can they do with the second kick?
Lots of Crows on the wing, which is where the kick heads. Good spoil away from Corey Jones. A tough one for him there. And McLeod takes it over and out. So what a quarter by the Adelaide Crows. Scores were level at half-time. Now they lead by 17, but they have the wind. It's definitely the scoring end. And that means the Kangaroos will come home with it. Goodwin had so much of the footy in this last quarter. Good build-up again by the Crows. Crowell, second time he handled it better. Rashudo had the outlet. McLeod had to let the traffic go by. Sets it up. Smart. Hewitt in front. Smart. Oh, couldn't take it. Hewitt, ground level work was, well, it was overwhelmed by Kangaroo defenders.
Well,
probably happy to keep it in.
That was what you do in the schoolyard in the old days at lunchtime. Nigel Smart coming from 20 yards back, trying to jump on everybody.
Crows had 3 players at the foot of that pack, didn't they? They just couldn't get it to them. They were front and square, but they couldn't get the ball out. 40 metres from goal. McKernan slaps it. Crowell, Pickett with him. McCartney belts away. Crows have got it though. McLeod, still McLeod. He'll take Stevens on, and he does. Gets to 50. Centering ball at the back. Hewitt splits them a bit. Harris is there. Oh, high tackle on Stengline.
Too high.
Back to Edwards. Edwards kicks, and as he put it through, it's a tough call for the goal umpire. He misses. It looked a free kick, didn't it, to the Crows? A bit high.
Well, he shrugged it off. He shrugged the tackle off, and was taken high as he did it. Just watch the replay. Oh, well.
So last couple of minutes of the third quarter. Can the Crows, who are bearing down, get another chance to score? Sinclair and Stevens, the joint targets. Martin slapped it away. Blakey, maybe they can get some run off half back. Good pressure on Simpson. He got the kick away. All Adelaide on the wing. Trapped beautifully by Jarman. He was off balance, and he kicked it out on the full.
Had Chris Laddams. Chris saying, I'm here, give me the hand.
Blakey. 7-9-51, the Kangaroos. Stagnant at the moment, the Crows on 9-15-69. Rodman came from the side, the mark claimed and given to Rocker. In fact, he is about 80 metres out. He's setting it up to the top of the square. Carey and Stevens, they're one-on-one. Oh, Carey. They back him every time.
Carey was in that contest in which Rocker took the mark. Now, that's how hard he's worked to get back to take that mark. But that was a 60-metre kick. A difficult mark under all sorts of pressure. Just the use of the body and awareness. Nice soft hands.
And how significant could this goal be in the overall scheme of things? He's kicked 3 tonight, and with ease he just sends it through for his 4. What a handy goal.
Quality possessions for Carey. 13 kicks and 4 goals. So a 2-goal game here. It's a terrific result for the Kangaroos. Smothered by Simpson on McLeod. Then a little toe poke forward. King and Stengline. It's at 50. Crows can't afford to give a goal up. Pickett brilliantly played. Arches his back. Just misses. He stole that, didn't he? Like a thief in the night. He was brilliant.
He is a magnificent player, but the grasping hand of Kenny McGregor just putting him off.
Such a different look, Graham, when you look at the Crows kicking in compared with the Kangaroos.
So much harder for the Crows.
The ball wide, Rodman front spot, and also Shannon Grant. Thought Rodman a moment ago, being a bit critical perhaps, when the big mark was taken to half-forward, he really should have spoiled. He was trying to take a specky over the back.
Well, it sort of came through the fingers and landed in Rocker's hands.
Down low, Goodwin, what a quarter. McLeod, brilliant first quarter, steady the rest of the night. Digging deep in the third, the kick to Jarman, Blakey with him. They know each other pretty well, don't they? Very interesting quarter again. Have Adelaide done enough? That's a big question. They kicked 3 goals 8 to 2 goals 3 in that quarter.
And having had the majority of the play, Gary Ayres will be disappointed with that. They did bring the ball in too wide, and their forward-line players just couldn't capitalise on the opportunities. A couple of simple missed goals which hurt them badly. The scoring has been to the northern end. It'll be a tense time at three-quarter time for both coaches.
Going to be interesting to see how Gary Ayres sets his forward line up into the breeze. Really is. I mean, does he play Jarman in the goal scorer on his own? Does he go with a Rashudo, a small forward? It will be fascinating.
He has to release Rashudo, but Jarman's been good across half-back.
So that's the situation. It's 9:15 to 8:10 here. Plenty to play for at Footy Park. Terrific game, isn't it? 13 of the 17 goals to the left of screen. And at three-quarter time, Adelaide lead by 11 skinny points, I reckon. 9:15 to 8:10. They kicked 3 goals, 8 in that quarter. The goal scorers for the Crows on the left, Hewitt, McLeod and Carey with 4. We said earlier, quality possessions to the King, their captain tonight, Shannon Grant, with a couple. Well, we saw the Crows really bunch around Gary Ayres at three-quarter time. Dennis Pagan in his 200th game. But have a look at this for bonding. It's a bit like last week when they came all over the top of him. And Curls, he's asked for a big effort here, Ayres. And I just wonder about that breeze. 13-4 left of screen.
There's virtually no breeze down here at all, Bruce. It's the flags are very limp. It just seems to be the scoring end. Don't ask me why. There's no reason why the Crows, if they're good enough, can't score going to the right of screen, but that's been the scoring end, so you'd have to think that the Kangaroos would be favourite to win this football match, but you don't know in today's footy.
And Curl Smart was held on to, and that's why he got the free kick.
Yes, it was held on to in the umpire's view.
Boy, it's still hard to see.
Interesting in the centre, Darren Jarman has gone into the centre square for the start of this quarter at least. Tyson Stenglein following David King out to half forward. Still Brent Harvey and Simpson in with McKernan and Blakey. Blakey is following Darren Jarman.
Start of the final term, and the stakes are high here. Both teams desperate for a win. 14th and 15th on the ladder. Banging in high to centre half forward. Hart kept his eye on it. Carey's little topo. Corey Jones out of the air for a behind.
And Blakey getting the immediate kick out of the centre. He's Darren Jarman's shadow. Corey Jones, well, he's come to AFL footy by a long way from Witchy-Proof, Narraport, Bendigo under-18s. A year at Sturt last year, and the Kangaroos have picked him up this year.
Hart goes long to Robran. He's pinpointed in McKernan. They'll be disappointed with that. Robran quickly on now. Has he got the firepower to get to the Crow? Crow back turn. Inside, OK. Laddam's on the burst. Haven't seen a lot of him. Good kick. Gives his forwards a chance. Becky went back. I think it was meant for Smart on the run. Becky working in front of himself. Cleverly back. McLeod can't quite finish it off. And as well as he played in the opening term, that absolute magic is just missing, isn't it? I mean, he's playing well. We look at Vardy there. Johnson also off the ground. Cochran gets it in short.
Wouldn't that have been handy? Cochran over the top of Blakey. And it's taken over and out by Adam Simpson, who may now have gone on to Goodwin after his damaging third quarter. Goodwin had 15 possessions, 11 kicks and 4 handballs. He was running with McLeod.
He finished the quarter in the third quarter on Simon Goodwin, Hutto.
Yep.
And
I'm only 10 minutes behind you, Cornsey.
McLeod went on to Stevens, but McLeod's actually started this quarter on the half-forward flank for Adelaide.
9:15, 8:11. Remember the last Saturday night thriller here a few weeks ago with Adelaide and Melbourne. And we headed for something like that. Goodwin gets another possession to his collection. McLeod lurking down there as always. Rashudo just putting bars through Anthony Stevens. One of the best tacklers in the game. They're still alive though. McLeod's kick is down there, but McCartney. And he's got Sinclair breaking to the outer side. Couldn't find him. He's got Archer back to this side. And he goes even longer than that. King and Simpson. Crows well placed here. Had the numbers at the back. Edwards, little sidestep was all right. He balanced himself pretty well, but his kick, well, in the end, Becky made it all right. And he's been all right since he's been on there, Becky.
Well, Brian Beckie's got very good hands, and opposition players often underestimate him coming from behind. Look at the strength of the hands there.
Strong mark.
Because the kick was just had a bit too much air on, didn't it? He really had to use his body and his strength.
If you're going to spoil this fella, you have to get the fist right through the ball.
Well, it's been Cochran, sorry, Hutto. It's been Cochran twice trying to spoil, not McCartney.
We saw him slot one from the other end from this side. It's swinging back. It is coming back. And he's done it. He's kicked two.
Great kick. I think Neil Curley confirms your call at three-quarter time. There's not much breeze. I mean, that was a monster kick by Binky. Crows with just a little bit of breathing space. There's 3 straight kicks in front. Goodwin had 11 kicks and 4 handballs in the third quarter alone. Jarman brilliant to Goodwin. Goodwin loads it up. Now this could go through. It could go through. It hit the post. What a game Simon Goodwin's playing, and Jarman was at his absolutely brilliant improvising best there.
Yeah, well, you don't see the work of Darren Jarman. He's started at half forward for that bounce. Took the ball. Goodwin streaming through the centre, and the handball was immaculate. Released him, and the kick was almost good.
10-16, 8-11. Just reckon the Crows have got to take advantage of this little run they're having now and probably put themselves too far away. You know the Kangaroos will come back at them. Sinclair, half-back flank. Not a great-looking kick, to be truthful. Bickley will hold his ground, you know that. Mickey Martin at the back. Harris did well to squeeze it out. Stevens, bouncing ball. Carey hard at inboundary throw-in. So that internet, i7sport.com.au will have plenty on it tonight. Lots of news, as we found out from Scotty Palmer today. It's a real buzz about the AFL as we're deep into round 5 at the moment. Edwards away. Goodwin. Well, he put Goodwin under the pump, Edwards, with a handball, and Goodwin had to cough it up. Sinclair's got it.
He did. He made it tough for him. He floats that one dangerously mid for Cochrane. Becky does well, and now the Crows on the rebound. Jarman takes it from half, and there is a panic in front of him. Jarman gliding down the ground. He's got Smart in the pocket. That's where it's headed. Now Smart will be about 75 when he looks up here. He's got Hewitt in close. He goes for home. He goes for goal and for the square. McLeod. Harvey did well.
Courageous.
Colbert, he fell over almost. Just got it away in the nick of time. Harvey has the time to steady.
Great work from Brent Harvey. Running backwards, he's hurt Andrew McLeod, I think.
Well, the noise here is pretty unbelievable. The crowd really encouraging the Crows. Onto the wing, lots of Crows jumpers out there. McGregor takes it, lays it off. Bickley could go short, the stand guy goes longer. It's hit and hope stuff. Welsh from the side did well to make a contest. Brought the ball to the front. Archer squeezed it out. Here's Crowell. He backs himself. Little handball inboard was pretty good. Benke's been great. Not that time.
And
out on the full.
I must say, Andrew Crowell on Byron Pickett, running off the half-back line, has been very good for Adelaide as well.
Pace factor a bit, Corns, isn't it? Official attendance 37,596, and they are making a mighty roar at the moment. McKernan to Carey. Stevens, free kick Carey. Advantage given. Simpson away. The one-out situation. Rocker, Hart, Grant, Robin, Grant. And I reckon the Crows were really lucky it wasn't Carey one out at centre-half forward right there and then.
Rocker did almost enough. Grant ran onto it, and you'd think he'd run away from Matthew Robin, but he didn't.
He's had some interesting matchups tonight, Robin, hasn't he? Harris was one of them.
Big man playing on smalls, mediums and talls, isn't he? He's done the lot. 10-16, 8-11. Now Robin does the ruck work. Down to the ground, Rocker, big save, left foot, I like it, it's a goal.
So 1-3 for Sav Rocker for the night, but that is the most important one. 10-16 to 9-11. What a finish we're headed for here at Footy Park. McKernan and Clark. Clark had a pretty good third quarter, but McKernan's been mobile all night. Clark got the tap again. Goes and tries to get the handball out and did well at ground level. Goodwin again involved. McLeod, the little look-away handball. Edwards from the point of the square, kept it low. And that is a dream pass for a forward running off the lines. And then comes Scotty Walsh, who we haven't seen much of tonight.
And that's the way to do it. Scott Welsh has started from the goal square. You don't see his starting point. He started from the goal square. He's used the space. The kick is beautiful. Hits him on the chest, and he'll kick from 35. It's a key forward's bread and butter.
It's his first mark for the night. Hasn't scored. Starts left and stays that way. And you can hear the collective groan coming from this football park crowd. And quick. The Kangaroos get it, and Harris, that is a very strong effort at the ball, and it's a free kick going to Harris against Bickley.
And half-back Gee, every umpiring decision now looks more critical than ever, doesn't it? Harris banging hard to centre wing. Huge fly coming from McKernan. He's taken a couple of good ones in the second half. Can't get the handball away, Hewitt. Gee, it's tight in there. Makepeace squeezes forward. This is where the Kangaroos are normally very good. Carey meets Robert hard, and they bang, crash it forward. Shannon Grant's been in this position plenty of times. They try and run him down. Stengline gets it to Carey. Stops, drops. Has he got the momentum? He can't kick a goal. It's in the pocket. It's 2-on-2. The ball comes to the front. Desperate stuff. Little toe poke coming out. Kick off the ground from Crow. Just his foot speed was important to half-back. Oh, good stuff all round.
We have a game of football, one of the best you'll see. And Wayne Carey trying to kick that from 40 off one step. You just can't do it.
Well, they're going to be crucial matchups as this last quarter unfolds. Rocker doing the ruck work. Harris just couldn't take it with him. And it's over and out. And have a listen to that crowd. It is just a constant noise. Gee, they were loud at the MCG on Wednesday, but for a crowd of 38,000, this is threatening. Inside the 50, Just Clark will try and take it out. He did that well, but he had nowhere to go except for the line. Harvey, he had no support inside either. Goes long, that's Probie. Pushing back Robin to try and spoil McKernan. Grant got boot to ball, but Stevens did well. Concedes the behind, though. And the Kangaroos are coming. Can the Crows withstand it? 9 goals, 12-66 to 10-16-76. 10 points the difference at Footy Park.
Yeah, the Crows lost a close one a couple of weeks ago. They wouldn't want to lose another one.
Gee, I don't know about the kick-in. It's given the Kangas a chance. Stevens had a fairly quiet night and over the line for a boundary throw-in. The Kangaroos have been good in the close ones. They've won 5 matches against the Crows in the 15 games they've played by a goal or under. And the Crows have only won one of the close ones inside that goal. So the Kangaroos have got a pretty good record when it gets tight. Remember, the Crows haven't beaten them here since 1995. And you reckon the season's nearly at stake for the Crows, particularly third game at home, 1-3, 14th on the ladder. So much to play for here.
Yeah, Matthew Robbins had a difficult time there. McKernan, who's on the ball's dropped forward. Robbins had to pick him up, leaving Grant by himself.
Sinclair was a pretty good tap back by McKernan. Free kick, Sinclair. It's going to come back.
He was manhandled. The umpire said push in the back, but you just see he's dragged down here.
Adams just over anxious, wasn't he? You can't blame him.
Oh dear. Sometimes you just have to wait. Don't overcommit.
Well, he hasn't kicked a goal for the Kangaroos since he's come to the club. It's only his 5th game, admittedly.
Well, he was dragged 10 minutes ago for that turnover in the centre. He's just come back onto the wing for Troy Makepeace. This is a vital kick for him.
It looks a given, doesn't it? We're right behind him. And he's put it straight through.
Well, the tension being felt everywhere around the ground. Dennis Pagan just getting a bit animated in the box. The crowd certainly animated in the box in his 200th game. 10-16 to 10-12. Favoured Clark McKernan. Well done, Clark. Got the tap down, McLeod. So it's the Crows deep into attack.
Oh, it's a great mark.
Well, he's been the unlikely hero, hasn't he, since half-time? But if he kicks this one, it will be absolutely a huge boost for them.
They're saying there, Anthony, on that bounce, the Crows loaded their square with Goodwin, McLeod and Edwards.
David King's kicking himself now. He's saying, why didn't I punch it? But he didn't see Binky. Binky just floated across.
Well, it will look ugly off the boot, but it's coming back. Doesn't matter how you kick them or lose, it's there.
Speedy's come-out party, hasn't it, for Binky? Arguably the most important game he's played for the club. So it's a kick and a half. Kick and a half in at 82 to 72. This match still very much up for grabs. Blakey and also Goodwin and a ball up. What about Blakey? He equals Dempsey tonight in matches played. He goes past Big Nick and also Barry Round, and he's played 89 consecutive matches without a break at 34 years of age. He is a freak.
It looks like he can keep going for another 5 or 10 the way he plays.
Hasn't missed a match for 4 seasons.
The thing about him, Anthony, he doesn't look like he's aging. I mean, there's no difference between him and a 25-year-old when you look at the way he moves.
Clark's done pretty well. Little give to McLeod, who's done very well. To half forward. Oh, what a mark again.
Again.
What a mark again. He is having the night of his life.
Just falls back on it. But those hands.
Well, we asked the question, Cornsey, where would their goals come from when Vardy went off the ground? I think we've found out the answer.
I think if
I'll tell you what, too, boys. Clark has been pretty important at the bounce these last couple of goals.
And McLeod getting them too, Curls. Can he kick a fourth? No. It wouldn't have sealed anything, but boy, it would have made it pretty tough. It's tough anyway. But he needed to kick that. He's kicked 3 from 5 scoring shots. 11-17 to 10-12.
2 goals in it.
Now 11 was the margin at three-quarter time. The kick in. Oh, Sinclair just got away. Harvey working back, doing hard work, but that's wide on the full. Mickey Martin. Now it's Welsh to take it. Lots of Crows about 50 metres on, and that's where he sends it even longer. From the back, Clark had to...
Well, he's made a mark.
Taken too many overhead marks.
He doesn't take a lot of marks. In fact, Neil Curley's always at him for the fact that he doesn't take a lot of marks.
Not a bad time to come up with one. Have a look at this.
In fact, he'd only taken 9 marks for the year prior to this game.
Just sets it up. Doesn't go for goal. Rashudo, who he got rid of Archer, couldn't take it smart. Swings it back, Stengline. Couldn't find a path through. Archer, smart, has the time. Pickett was bearing down, and maybe again it was the presence of Byron Pickett that forced the mistake.
Free kick, Hutto, coming back to Smart, a free kick, I think. They haven't picked it up, it'll come back to Smart.
Smart had no idea about it.
It's going to come back.
It's confusion reigning everywhere here. Nigel didn't even know he had the free kick. Jess Sinclair's playing on. Macca said, mate, no, we've got the free kick. Here we go. Push in the act of kicking. What do you think, Bruce?
I don't know. I'm not an umpire. I don't know. It's so hard to tell.
Well, look at the other angle, actually. Technically. Oh, no, that's tough.
That's soft.
That's tough.
The old story, though, Graham, if you go for the kicking leg on the ball, they can't penalise you.
But he couldn't get there. He was behind.
Smart to make it really sting. To make it really sting. No, it's a poster.
And still the drama continues to unfold.
Gee, look at those scoring shots, Cornsey. 11-18 to 10-12.
Well,
Since half-time, Graham, they've kicked 4 goals, 11 the Crows.
You have to put it beyond doubt.
Well, they haven't done that. King out wide to Shannon Watt. It's just 2 goals in this. And you reckon it's the Kangaroos' turn to go forward, isn't it? It's the way the game's been played tonight. The kick to centre wing, McGregor at the back, Harris free kick, held on to. Smart's had 5 shots for goal in the second half. Let's kick 1 goal. Here's Harris to centre half forward. He's found a target.
It was a shocking kick off the boot.
Fell to Shannon Grant.
He could nearly kick this.
Well, he would be a chance.
He doesn't seem confident.
He's going to go and kick it hard and high to the goal square. Where's Carey? Oh, Clark.
Clark again. Curls, what were you saying about his marking?
Unbelievable.
To Edwards. To Stevens. This is a good bit of play for the Crows. Oh, the kick too short. No, it wasn't too short. Stengline did well. He's had a good match, Stengline. David King's stats wouldn't be very big. Stengline almost a half forward. Welsh, well, they're coming from everywhere. Second mark for the match. Benke on the lead. Why wouldn't you go to him? Back there, good contest with Watt. Force forward. McLeod hurled up, but it's where the Crows want it.
Someone's hurt.
Graham, if you were Dennis Pagan, would you release Archer?
Well, just get him forward. Just get him forward. Here's the mark here of Welsh. Just floating across the back. Darren Jarman cramping then. You didn't see it just out of screen. You've got to win the game, Kills. You can't save it.
I think Archer should be released.
They still haven't put them away. 2 goals is the margin. Rashudo, he did it last week.
So,
this time he had to get through.
So is the umpire going to penalise him then for running into him? As the umpire gets bumped.
It was a pretty ordinary tackle by the umpire, wasn't it?
Well, sensible umpiring.
12 points the difference. Clark fell over that time. Welsh looking for something fluky.
McKernan on.
King. McKernan. Oh! The pressure's starting to show on the Kangaroos around the corner. Goodwin can take this. He has. And he's on his left foot. So they tell him to go back and have a shot.
His form in the last few weeks has been superb.
There's got one player forward to centre.
How can you go unopposed at this stage of a game like this?
30 possessions for Simon Goodwin. And he's had 7 tackles as well. So what a performance. And a goal here would just cap off a brilliant night for Simon. Oh, it's a shocker. Smart. Couldn't take it. McLeod trying hard. And still, they just can't finish them off. So the Roos are still alive, but the Crows lead by 2 as it's getting late in this last quarter.
It's like a golf playoff, isn't it? They keep missing the 4-footers to go to that extra hole. 2 goals in it. It feels like it's dead level. Clark hacked out of the air by Rocker on the back line. The Crows have got a bit of a wall here. Ben Hart doesn't give it off. Little kick, misses a target. McLeod versus Pickett. You'd pay good money to see that. Pickett's got him.
Oh, he's in the back. He's sitting in the back.
He is stiff.
Oh, that's... Well, he straddles him, but it's hardly in the back.
Oh.
It's hardly in the back. Oh, over the shoulder from that angle.
What's happening here? Oh, it's going back to Pickett. Why?
No, there's a free kick down the ground. I didn't see it.
Pickett to centre wing. Carey's the target. Outnumbered, but he split 3 Crows in the process. Jones off the ground. Beckley can't quite get the handle. Sinclair was good, but he's given away a free kick.
Gee, that was unfortunate.
Well, they certainly haven't put the whistle away, the umpires, that's for sure.
So the former captain on his feet, a wobbly one to half forward. Colbert made the spoil, made it cleanly towards the line. Here's this man Goodwin again. Corey Jones, good tackle, knew that Goodwin wanted to get a loose left foot. But this just keeps it all stymied up here in the forward line.
5:21 to play, there's still time.
The Roos need to get it moving from here though. Clark, he's getting hands to the ball. On almost every ball up and throw in. He suddenly found all his confidence.
I don't know if this crowded game is suiting North because they're the ones that have to break clear and score.
Well, it flooded the Crows forward line, haven't they? There's only 6 players to the left of screen, 3 from each side, away from this contest. And the Roos are going to try and push it forward. The Crows, of course, trying to hold it up. And every time we have a ball up, a few more seconds tick away.
Yeah, well, as distinct from when it goes out of bounds, when the clock stops. This is playing right into Adelaide's hands.
And the runners are out there starting to work overtime. Some of the Kangaroos players just pushing off the contest because they're going to be needed if the ball comes out. Rashuto back to Bickley around the corner. How often have we seen that? Sinclair couldn't spoil. Adams takes it. He's too far out to score. Got a couple of players leading up the ground. Smart might be his main target, and Rodman's pushed down there as well. Adams takes them on. Oh, he gets himself into all sides. Gets out of it.
He couldn't kick it.
Balance, and finds the goal.
Couldn't kick it. He could not kick that. Chris Adams, what wonderful penetration with his kick. Well, he didn't know what he was going to do there. He held up. He was waiting for the lead. There was none forthcoming. Runs around the man on the mark. Confused, stumbles, sees some space. Oh, well, why not go for goal? And somehow, with some good work from Matthew Robin on the line, somehow it carries, and that is it, you would think.
3 goals, the margin. Got around Sinclair and Rocker.
Speak up, Bruce, I can't hear you.
I'm yelling, Hutto. 90 to 72. Well, They've done it before, the Kangaroos, but right now you've got your doubts.
Clark again.
Harvey through the centre. They must get a goal here. Carey at centre half forward. Ball comes to ground. Corey Jones. Corey McKernan bangs it back close. Just misses.
No, that's too much hit and miss. Some good work done to get it forward. Some good work to get it out to him. It was a kick in desperation. I think he had options outside him.
He had Harvey, yeah.
So Hart, very short, and in the end Edwards athletically makes it. He's got Goodwin short, Edwards, and he's going to use him. Well, he's probably the best man on the ground, I think, without any doubt, Goodwin.
No doubt.
I think a few were surprised he was an All-Australian last year, but he has just got better and better, hasn't he? He's right there with the best players at this club. There's no doubt about that.
He had a magnificent year, and when they don't see him in Victoria all that often, they probably don't appreciate. He was good in Ireland too.
So Bickley kicks to centre wing to Robram. Gee, this is a good minute for the Crows. A terrific minute.
They start to wind it down now. North Melbourne, or the Kangaroos, have to man up. There you go. You must be one-on-one, shoulder to shoulder. You cannot have that option.
So Edwards a centre wing. Bit of an anti-climax out of what we've seen so far in this last quarter and all night. The kick to half forward. The Crows have been taking some big marks around there. Sinclair hacks it forward. They've just got a hope for a miracle. Can pick it to Ryder. He goes backwards. Gets it to Archer. Archer's kick looks pretty good. To McKernan. He's got a running player. He goes over the top. It's just the right fella, you reckon. Harvey measures it. Misses it. And perhaps, unfortunately for him, because he's been a great player, the Kangaroos' chances go with that kick.
The play was on. Corey just took a split second long to release it, and it just put Brent Harvey under a bit of pressure. He didn't have quite enough time to steady.
Hasn't been his night in front of goal. Harvey's kicked 1 goal 4. What about that man, Goodwin, out wide, over the boundary line. David King saying it was deliberate, but it came through the hands of Robram.
Come on, David.
Shakes his head, David King. A little bit hopeful there. 12-18-90, the Crows. 10-14-74, the Kangaroos. Not much more than 2 minutes to go. They'd have to take it away from here. They do. Archer just run down as he kicked it. Grant prop, but Stevens went for the ball, and the Crows away. Robram full head of steam through the middle. The running's been terrific. Rashudo down to Smart. Couldn't take it. Doesn't matter really, though, because it locks the ball up forward. McLeod sees it over safely. And there's under 2 minutes remaining. And what a couple of weeks it's been for the Adelaide Crows. They were under the pump going into last week. Fantastic win over Carlton in the mud and the bog. And then to come up here, getting away to a great start. North came back to Kangaroos, but they've really been resilient. Stevens clears it. Corey Jones with McGregor. Jones takes the mark in his second match. Oh, tried to play on, tried to keep it moving. Comes unstuck, but it's all academic now. Hayden Kennedy calls for a bounce. There's 90 seconds left.
What's Corey saying to him? Yeah, difficult to play on in those conditions, or those circumstances.
Adelaide home, it's been a titanic struggle. Both teams realising the consequences of victory and defeat here, and they've given their all. Quick kick by Simpson. Harvey forward the play again. Edwards chasing hard, corrals him a bit. Harvey forced to bang hard, high, and just hoping at the back the Crows to mop up. They're winners. Bickley bangs it back. Welsh has had a pretty good last quarter, not much before that. Back to Harvey. Harvey to half forward. Courageous young Jones. Free kick.
Well, backing back, he's stayed on the ball, but the spoil from Ben Hart. Ben Hart had to go. Oh, it's... Well, unfortunate, really. The contact was inevitable.
Corey Jones. Kick. Long kick. Carey at the back. I think it might be paid. It is. Carey, the mark paid.
Yeah, Mark Stevens will be disappointed. He's done a pretty good job on him.
Carey plays on. Interesting kick. And has he got it? No. The crowd will like that. It's his first miss tonight. Just thinking back to Ben Hart, I was in Perth last night for Corey Jones to say, thank God it wasn't Troy Wilson.
Isn't he impressive the way he attacks the ball, the big full forward for the West Coast Eagles?
Well, think of this.
And why has he not been picked up before?
The Crows, after 5 rounds last year, were 0-5, bottom of the table. They're going to be 2-3 after tonight. They've resurrected their season in the last 2 weeks. They've given themselves some hope. Edwards and the Kangaroos have got Richmond next Friday night at Colonial. 4-1 versus 1-4. It's a tough task for them to come back from here.
Free kick to Evan Hewitt, just stayed under the ball, committed to it, and was interfered by Colbert.
And just pushes it out wide.
Simon Goodwin.
And it's apt that he'll have the last play of the night. He's been the best player on the ground.
Have another kick, Simon. Great game of football, though, Bruce.
Here's his punt. He's had a big 24 hours, hasn't he? The best ever Hawthorn team in the back pocket. And his team wins for the second time. And for the first time in 6 seasons, they've beaten the measuring stick at home. The Kangaroos here at Footy Park. There was some blood spilt tonight on the ground.
And it was a game worthy of the situation of both teams. It was a classic contest of football. You saw the pressure, you saw the knocks, you saw the high marks, you saw the running, free-flowing football, you saw the pressure in close. And in the end, the Crows have come out with a win that they had to have in their circumstance. Great spirit, too. You can see the players congratulating each other. Mark Bickley was so solid. So solid. Mark Stevens, a tremendous job on Wayne Carey.
He did, and Carey paid him the compliment afterwards, the ex-teammate.
Byron
Good stuff. Here's Neil Curley.
Yeah, thanks, Bruce. Well, Simon, they showed a bit of grit tonight.
Yeah, you know, we didn't want to let ourselves down after last week, and we wanted to play that same emotion and passion, and I think we did that.
Matty Clark's last quarter in ruck was very valuable for you.
Oh, fantastic, Matty. It was awesome in the second half, and to take the marks he did around the ground was sensational.
Ryan Binky up forward.
Yeah, you know, he gave us a big lift when he came on. He's got a good pair of hands, and, you know, he'll kick a few goals for us.
Had a real crackers in the second quarter, but you weathered it and could come back at them.
Yeah, you know, we tried to regroup at half-time, and we wanted to be proactive in the second half and really be positive and take the game to North.
Great win for the club. Well played yourself. Back to you, Bruce.
Thanks, Neil. Neil Curley with Simon Goodwin. Well, Kane Johnson couldn't play in the second half, and as if Goodwin picked up the slack, didn't he? Not only played for himself, but he provided such drive from the centre.
And they tried to man up on him, both with Stevens and then with Simpson. He just kept getting possessions. He was extremely good, but it's one of those football cliches, a great team effort. The Kangaroos, well, how disappointing to lose a game when you've played so courageously. I mean, that was a classic contest. They deserved to win in terms of their effort. The Crows just were a little bit more efficient in the end. When I say more efficient, they had more of the ball. Not necessarily efficient. And their crowd, 37,000 people showing their appreciation.
First win at home for the season, so up to 2-3. Starting to make a run. There's a lot of teams on 2-3 this weekend. A lot of the losing teams are on 2-3. And for Gary Ayres, a really satisfying night. As I said last night, named in the back pocket in the Hawthorn team of the century. And tonight, leading his captain and his team off the ground with a win.
Well, he stood tall in Adelaide over the last couple of weeks, Bruce, when there's been a few criticisms coming at him. He's been extremely strong and the sort of man that you'd like to have leading you, because he stood so tall and gave the players great inspiration. Steadied the ship, so to speak.
I guess the wash-up, Corns, is the Vardy, the huge win, Vardy and Johnson, the injuries, just how severe. They're so important to the Crows.
Vardy particularly, because Kane Johnson hasn't been a presence in the last, well, he's so good when he's on the ground. Cheekbone, it'll be a couple of weeks perhaps.
And Vardy
strained hamstring, didn't look too serious, maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
So it was a great contest from the word go here, it really was, and suddenly we come into the quiet, don't we? I mean, it's such a difference.
These magnificent change rooms that they now enjoy.
Big win for them. Haven't beaten the Kangaroos here since 1995. Their last win over North Melbourne was in the 1998 Grand Final when Andrew McLeod won his second Norm Smith medal. He and Ayres have got a couple of things in common, haven't they? The only men to have done that. There he is, McLeod. What a game, particularly early.
Shudo, smart, was good going forward. Here they go.
Crusher. Here's to Kane Johnson.
great scenes. Kane Johnson looking decidedly pale and sick.
So that's the story. It was the Crows by 15 points over the Kangaroos. Great win to Adelaide in the end. I think they were due over the Kangaroos in a tight, tough one, and they did it 12-18 to 10-15.
The AFL, in association with its premier partner, Carlton and United, proudly presents the 2001 Premiership season.
Graham in a position to go down to Gary Ayres. He's had a great 24 hours, named in the Hawthorn Team of the Century, and he's with Neil Curley right now.
Yeah, thanks, Bruce. Well, Gary, congratulations about last night.
Yeah,
great personal achievement, but a better team achievement tonight.
Yeah, it was. You know, North's probably had the wood on us here anyway, and I know we beat them in the grand final in '98, but, you know, we had a very close game with them last year. It was 3 points their way, so, you know, again, we had to maintain our level and the standard we set last week, and if we didn't get a win tonight, last week would have probably paled into insignificance. But, you know, look, again, I'm really proud of the way the guys fought and contested, and we lost 2 good players early, and the pressure was on the guys to stand, and stand they did.
Gary, the images at three-quarter time were so graphic. The players so tight-packly together, arms around each other, arms around you. Can you remember what you were saying to them?
Yeah, I just said that, you know, we've come together and we haven't had much time, and, you know, we're on about creating history, and we did that last week at Optus Oval, Graham, and I just felt that they had a genuine chance to do that tonight because it is a new group and we've had a lot of change, and really the guys are showing a real spirit and commitment about each other, and they're playing for each other, and it's showing the way they've played the last 2 weeks.
Gary, good signs too. I mean, you missed a major midfielder in Johnson, a major forward in Vardy. Midfield stepped up, and you found some players forward. Smart didn't kick many goals, but he provided a great contest for you in the second half. Yeah, well, that was important because we felt that they were a little bit taller than us, and of course then when we lost Peter, who'd been playing pretty well with his quickness, we had to combat their aerial power, and to a degree we did that with Nigel, and Brian Benke I thought was very important for us after half-time.
Well, you persevered with Brian Benke, Gary. I mean, he was quiet last week, but you had no hesitation keeping him in the team and throwing him to half forward in the second half.
I just like the way Brian plays, Graham. He's very competitive and he's strong in the air, and he's probably a better finisher than what he actually showed tonight, but that's just going to come for him, and I think he'll get a lot of confidence from the game tonight.
Matthew Robin was interesting tonight, Izzy. I mean, he had so many different matchups, didn't he? And at times he was on Shannon Grant. I mean, how did you see all that unfold? Oh, I thought it was pretty positive, and, you know, I'll back Matty in against those guys because of his ability to be very offensive and also, too, to read the play. And, you know, he's been coming back into a bit of form, and I think last week's run in the ruck did him the world of good, and he really contributed again tonight. And generally when he gets the ball, he uses it well. So I wasn't that fussed about the guys that, you know, the Kangaroos were trying to rotate on him. I backed him in, and he did the job.
And the other critical matchup, Stenglein on David King, it was most effective. When did you decide on that one?
Yeah, that was pretty early in the week, Graham. You know, Tyson's just got terrific courage, and his commitment to do what the coach wants is first class, and, you know, he's very disciplined, and we know that David King can be a game breaker, and I just thought Tyson really stuck to his task. And I thought Tyson Edwards really, too, on Harvey after half-time had freed up Simon Goodwin. I think that was pretty critical in the way we moved the ball in and around the midfield. Sorry, is he just looking ahead? The old team, Hawthorn, 5 out of 5. You're taking them to Launceston next week for a home game for them. How do you prepare for that? Yeah, well, firstly, we'll get over tonight, Bruce, and we've got to make a real value check on our players because obviously Kane and also too Peter, as you mentioned before, so we'll see how they both come up, and we'll plan as well as we possibly can. And, you know, I think the guys should look forward to obviously Hawthorn next week. It's going to be a real measuring stick for us because they're 5 and zip at the moment. Gary, thanks for your time. Appreciate it, Grady. Back to your team. Thanks. Back to you, Bruce. Good job, Curls. Thanks for that. And to Gary as we look at the match stats.
Well, they show Adelaide quite superior there, and I guess what it does highlight Adelaide's inability to kick goals consistently. They wasted the ball a little bit going forward. They were into their 50 so many more times
18, yeah.
when you look at that ascendancy. But far better to have the ball, win it and get it forward than the alternative.
Who'd you give the votes to? Goodwin looked a standout to Graham for the Mitsubishi.
Simon Goodwin quite easily best on ground. Andrew McLeod, I liked his game right throughout. And Brent Harvey was very good for the Kangaroos. A toss-up between he and Wayne Carey, actually. No argument there. 3-2-1. Goodwin, McLeod, Harvey. A break. Cornsey back with more after this.